Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Dinner and a Game. Thank you all for who are here, and thank you everyone who is not here because we didn't want you anyway. Just kidding. Uh, but no, this is kind of a redo for our Monster of the Week game. Um, the time period that we were trying to play at was noon on Saturdays, which means that, not only would none of you watch, but half my players wouldn't be able to make it half the time. So so we decided to go ahead and change the actual date and time of the show to make it more convenient for the most amount of people to make it to the game. So we are moving the show to Friday nights. Because of that, we did lose one of our players, Jonathan. Jonathan is actually overseas right now, and it was really difficult for him to be able to make a game in the first place. But to make a game at that specific time was even more difficult. So he's gonna have a lot more responsibility when he moves to back to the States. So he's basically dropped. We're going to be moving on without him, but we wish him the best, and we will miss him greatly because Jonathan is one of our dear friends. But he has big things in his future, so we're not super worried about him. He'll be fine. We're just going to miss him on the table. So Jonathan, if you get to hear this later on, we miss you, man, and very good luck. Let me know when you get settled, and we'll talk more about everything. All right. But in the meantime, we have had two new additions to the game. So our now Monster of the Week game is up to 6 regular players, and we have a new schedule. We're going to be going live on Friday nights from what should be 6 p.m. until 10. Tonight we were a little late because we had some technical difficulties because I had to literally rebuild the intro and the outro and set up all the new cameras because we finally got Skype working. Yay! Now the best thing about Skype working is we're not going to have any more of those issues when someone drops where all the cameras get all wonky and you see half of someone's head in a box and half of someone else's chest in the same box. So from now on, we will have everyone set on their cameras. Cassie, are you having sound issues?
No, no.
She's
no,
having some
I'm
kind of
just-
issues.
I'm just trying to do something and it's just my computer's freaking out. Okay, I think we're good. I think I'm fine.
All right, no problem. It was really cute to watch you freak out, though. So
It was.
Sorry. So sorry.
I just like the deer in the headlights. But anyway, so we're going to be doing this live on Fridays from 6 to 10 Central Standard Time from now on. This is going to be Monster of the Week. Now, our other game is Dungeons and Dragons, and D&D is an incredibly established game, having been around since the 70s and being through tons of different versions. And we know that everyone is familiar with it. I chose Monster of the Week because it is so different than D&D. Monster of the Week, unlike D&D, is nowhere near as mechanic heavy as D&D is. It is what they call a rules light game. And it is a very story heavy game. So it is designed around how much story can you bring into the game itself. That being said, it is also a very inexpensive game to get into. This is the core rulebook, Monster of the Week, written by Michael Sands, published by Evil Hat Productions, an incredibly good publishing company that makes a lot of really quality, low cost, and low entry games for role players. This book is $25. Inside the book, it has everything you need to play the entire game, a campaign, a one-off, everything. Not only does it have all the characters, all the background, all the story you need, but it actually has a couple of actual adventures in it as well. Now, Monster of the Week works on a narrative function which is called archetypes. So in Monster of the Week, you have this particular type of game have things called hunters. The hunters are here to protect mankind from the supernatural. Monster of the Week is based on a premise of basically replicating the TV shows Supernatural, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, X-Files. What was another one? The one you said, Josh? Fringe. Yeah, all those shows like that. That is what Monster of the Week is designed to replicate. So it is what they call an urban fantasy. Everyone here is going to be playing a different archetype. And on our last session 0, a lot of people met the archetypes that are already existing. Alex, we met yours. He is what they call a divine. So he is literally an embodiment of a god, either an angel or something else. And he is basically a representative or an avatar of a divine power. So that's why it's called divine. It gives him powers, it gives him abilities, but of course, as with all things, it gives him restrictions and limitations because he doesn't have technically free will. He is an embodiment of God. So if a god comes down and tells him, if his god comes down and gives him an order, I don't think there's going to be much saying no. Amber is playing the oh my gosh, it just blanked out of my
The
head.
flake.
The Flake. Yes, thank you much. The Flake is the ultimate conspiracy theorist. Beyond being just a normal conspiracy theorist who puts tons of newspaper up on her wall and draws lines between them. Amber's conspiracy theorist methodologies give her so much information that she can literally make connections between things that may seem completely unrelated. So her conspiracy theories skills give her actual abilities within the game. Uh, Jessica is playing the Monstrous. Now, the Monstrous is an aspect of the game that's kind of different because the Monstrous is actually a supernatural creature of some kind. And in the case of the Monstrous for Monster of the Week, the Monstrous is changing sides. They have decided that they are going to help protect mankind rather than continue in whatever ways they did before. Usually, the supernatural in this game is there to be predatory of man, which is why the hunters even exist. Now, Josh, you are playing a character archetype called the Mundane.
Yep.
Yep. The Mundane is just an average, everyday Joe who got wrapped up into the supernatural somehow and is now completely devoted to trying to do what he can to fight, thwart, aid the others in thwarting the supernatural presences within the world now. And Kessie, you're playing the Spooky. And the Spooky is another kind of supernatural. The Spooky is the ultimate in the what's the name of that horrible movie about the girls who are witches? The Craft. The Spooky
Oh.
is like all the girls from The Craft. They have powers from who knows where, and they're angsty, and they're when they get mad, things tend to explode. So so that is what Kessie is going to be playing. Elise, who is not here right now, she may or may not be able to make it tonight. She had a family commitment, but Elise is going to be playing. What was Elise playing? Oh my god, I totally blanked.
The Hex.
The Hex. The Hex is another supernatural, but and she's very similar to the Spooky. But the difference between the Spooky and the Hex is the Spooky's powers are very much they're like sorcerers in Dungeons and Dragons. Their magic is innate. The Hex actually can do uh, rituals and other type of evocation spells, so they're a little bit more technical than the Spooky. But that's all the players we have for this evening. Now, last time we met, we actually did what was a session 0, which is where in Monster of the Week there's actually a built-in mechanic to tie starting characters to each other via their character sheets. There is a list of different connections that you can find that are there for you to use to create backstory. Amber and Jessica's characters, Alex and Jessica's characters, all the other players' characters are already tied together via backstories. So what we need to do is everyone, Jonathan's unfortunate since he had to leave. Jonathan's backstory tie-in that you used is now open again. And if anyone else has any questions about what they want to do, you can, because we have now quite a few players, and I think you only have like 6 or 7 connections on your sheet. We can do custom connections as well. Okay, so Josh, we'll start with you. You're going to need to find connections for each and every single player character. So what I want to do,
Yes.
what I want to do real quick is let's go through and we're going to do the introductions, and we're going to redo the introductions. That way Josh and Kessie get a chance to hear what everyone else's characters are like and about, so they can try and see if they can come up with an idea of how they can tie their characters to the existing characters. All right? So we're going to start, for those watching at home, we're going to start in the bottom left with Amber. Amber, you're in the bottom left, by the way.
Okay.
So,
Well,
Amber, give a brief description of Susie.
my name is Susie Quinn. I am the Flake, which means that I am a conspiracy theorist, and my mind likes to connect things all the time. I'm not sure what much more to say about her. She is a Southern girl. She's from Arkansas and Texas. And she has been seeing things her whole life, and that's how she got involved in the supernatural.
But unlike other people who may have seen things and then that and been have it blown off, Susie saw things so often that there's no way it could be argued. Susie, did Susie's
But it was.
yes? Oh yeah, absolutely. But I mean, for
So
you
Can
personally,
y'all hear him normally?
yes, I believed it,
can what?
I
but
can
nobody
hear him.
around me believed me. So
Who are you talking about, Alex?
You?
Are you not hearing me?
Everything you say has been cut out like this whole time.
Hmm. That might be a connection issue on your end. I've got it all set up here. Let me turn my mic up a little bit and see if that does that help you out any?
So
Yes.
He's like, yes, but
so
no,
far, yeah, until it doesn't.
until it doesn't
Right.
anymore. Yeah.
I'll disconnect next time.
Oh yeah. Oh puppy. All right. So, I wanted to ask you this, Amber, before about Susie. Was Susie institutionalized when she was younger?
yes, so she's been institutionalized a couple of times
Mm-hmm.
for short periods of time. She hates being on meds, and she also, for a short period of time, stopped seeing things after being institutionalized. So she's not 100% sure that everything she sees is real or not.
Gotcha. Now, another thing, and Josh and Kessie, I'm sorry. This is something very important that I should have told you before we started playing. We're not playing in any actual city in the United States or in the world. We found a fictional city that someone literally built, and I've been trying to get a hold of him because we want to use the maps and everything he made. But we found a fictional city that someone created called Embleton. It's a city population of about 2 million. We put it on the west coast between Portland and Seattle and the Northern California border, right on the west coast in Oregon. It is mainly an entertainment city. It's right in the middle of a national forest, and so it focuses on the adventuring type campers, hikers, stuff like that. But it also has a lot of shipping, and it started out as a inland port because it's on a river. It started out as an inland port for fishing fleets that would go fish the Pacific Ocean. And there was large canneries, so there's an old rundown urban district that has like all the old canneries and the packing plants and distribution and everything like that. And but the rest of Embleton is incredibly clean and kept that way by city ordinance. And it's designed around bringing in the high-end tourist trade. So there is a lot of problems in Embleton that focus on the haves and the have-nots, because the working class is not really existent. There's not a middle class. There is the people who like work in the restaurants, and the people who work in the factories around the area that still produce that still are still in existence. But other than that, there is really no other big industry other than tourism. So there is a huge art district downtown. People who live here, these are like summer homes, and so half the population is gone half the year. So it's a very transitory city in that regard, but it has a lot of money. And so they use that money to keep the city looking as pristine as possible. So like there's no homeless problem in Embleton. Homeless people are literally put up on a bus and bust out of town somewhere else. So it's a constant. There's things like that happen all the time. So Susie is actually technically homeless, but she has a friend that she stays with. So that's the only way she can. If that relationship deteriorates, Susie's going to be in real trouble. So, but that's Susie. Can you not hear Josh?
Yeah, I missed like 90% of that entire spiel. Like
Yeah.
you cut out like
Same
every
here.
other word.
Hang on
I
one
was
second.
getting an echo from him.
Yeah, I'm hearing like myself again.
I feel so bad. Like you went through and you explained the whole city, and
Yeah.
like I
Don't ever feel bad about stopping.
yeah,
By the
dude,
way.
like could not hear it, and I was like trying to figure it. I was trying to like adjust my sound on my end. Did not help.
Let me check something real quick.
I was doing the same thing over here. That's why I dropped out and went back in.
hmm
There's that.
I
I'm
will
checking
say
all the settings real fast.
I will say that I checked on Twitch and I could understand every word that he said.
Okay.
Same.
Yeah, I think
Like,
this
Well,
might
that's
be
good.
an issue with internet connections, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
what I'm doing right now is I'm going through real fast, checking all the sound settings.
Sorry.
See, you can hear Jessica perfectly well.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay, baby.
Okay.
I just
I'm,
pick
I'm, I'm gonna try this real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I might have to try getting out and getting back into because like
It
everybody
didn't
is just
help
like
mine
cutting
at
in
all.
and out. No,
Mm-mm.
because like I think like everyone's cutting in and out for me. So I feel like it is probably something. And because me and Josh are on the same internet, it might be us like a problem
It
just
doesn't.
for us here.
Streaming shouldn't
Well-
use a huge amount of internet. That's a good thing about it.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything you just said.
Oh shit.
Cut out again, so I couldn't hear it. It's like as soon as you said one word, it all of a sudden cut out.
I will say that I wasn't having that problem on Discord.
Yeah.
Well, and now I'm having I'm getting you, Amber, perfectly fine.
Really?
Yeah,
That's weird.
but it's like as soon as Ray starts to try to talk, he like almost immediately cuts out,
Let me see.
the strange thing
and it's
is,
like
This is fine now.
How about
Except-
now?
Okay.
Nope.
Can you
No.
hear me now?
Yes.
It's like,
I heard that sentence.
Yeah, you're in
It's like I
that
heard
room.
that sentence. Am I still being heard?
I can hear you.
I
How
can
about
hear
everyone
you.
else? That almost
I can
sounded
hear
like
you
a
for now.
that sounded like a question, Kessie. Can you hear me?
I can hear you for now. I'm just worried.
It's perfectly fine. It's also fine to be worried. We're still trying to figure out Skype. We're just using Skype for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, because we've had so many problems with cameras that it's been an issue. Like right now, I can see that Josh is back in Skype, but he's not on Skype on the stream.
Yeah, my Skype crashed, so maybe that was a thing.
I may have to here. Okay, I'm gonna do something.
Maybe Skype
that
just
might help
can't
us.
handle us.
The thing is, we're running Skype all through my machine. Okay, so all the
Okay.
Skype is going through one box. Everyone's individual Skype channels are going through their individual boxes. So the only thing, Amber, are you hearing me fine, Amber?
Right now I am, but earlier it was the same as they were saying, like I was getting 90%. I only knew pretty much what you were saying is why I knew what you were saying.
Gotcha. And let's see here.
I'm turning off my other. I was trying to, watch the stream also at the same time, but I'm gonna try not doing that and just see if that ends up helping us
Okay.
on this side over here.
It might.
Well,
See,
it
now
shouldn't be-
things are going smooth for me. I'm not cutting anything out with anyone. So I don't know. Maybe
Maybe that was part of the problem.
Well,
there was a
here.
hiccup.
It
I
seems
hate
to be
doing
better.
this. I hate doing this, but I'm gonna stop the stream for a minute and then start it back up and see if that fixes some things on this end.
Technical
I know, this is
difficulties.
the first time we use Skype.
difficulties.
And literally, guys, I've heard that Skype has issues, but the biggest problem is it's other than
she okay?
Kessie kicking things. Kessie is a kicker.
I didn't even kick anything. I opened up my laptop and it barely clipped the edge of my
Stand.
phone. And
Yeah.
it just like knocked it all the way over. Luckily, it didn't knock over my soda sitting right in front of it all over myself. That almost just happened.
I was gonna say, how much wine have you had tonight? Because I saw it
None.
the other night. I saw the stream
absolutely
the other
none.
night.
I swear up and down, I have had no alcohol today. None whatsoever.
So, are we doing better on sound? Alex, can you hear us?
Like
Overall,
this
yeah.
of
Actually, yeah.
whiskey.
Yeah.
All right, maybe we stabilized. Josh, I still
Only
can't
this.
see you though.
I'm here.
Let me go.
I
ahead-
see
Can't see
Josh.
you either.
Let me do this.
I see
Oh no,
him.
I don't. He's not on the stream.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and I can't see it. I can't see him either.
That's okay. I'm gonna try and add him back in and see if that fixes it.
Hey, there he is.
Just fine.
Now I can see him. Hello, Joshua.
I've been here the whole time.
I don't see him on the stream still though.
I just took him off the stream, so That could be it.
Okay.
I mean, the stream's on a little bit of delay, so.
Like I said, Skype, my Skype app like crashed, and I had to force stop it, restart Skype.
Yeah, it's
So
still not
that
showing you.
might be a thing.
You might have to get back out of Skype and get back in again, Josh, because it's still not showing you on screen. I mean, I
Okay.
can see you in the Skype call,
Okay,
but I cannot
All
see
right.
you in
Oh.
the VDI.
got it. Okay, bye.
I love
Bye.
you, Josh.
Okay, bye.
I have a mini cupcake
Where'd you get
Ooh.
that from?
from HEB. They had a sale on them,
No.
and I was super excited.
And now you have a mini cupcake. And now you don't have a mini cupcake.
Mhm.
By the way, we are still streaming.
Great. So everybody saw me shove a mini cupcake in my face.
And
Yep.
that's what you call quality streaming right there.
That's right.
They also
All right,
saw
Josh, that
me
worked. You're
knock
back.
my
There
phone
will be more to
down.
come.
There
He's
will be
not
more
on
to
the
come.
stream.
It is dinner and a game, so snacking is part of dinner.
I
There he
have
is.
returned.
He hath returneth.
Yes,
All right,
Indeed.
so
he is on stream.
I mean, it seems to be
Look at
everything's
that.
doing better now. We shall continue to move forward in a drastic fashion.
Oh no! Now it's cutting out the audio.
Oh my dear Lord.
Am I not supposed to be in the stream? Is that what it is?
No, it's cutting out for B2 though.
Right, but if if we were having no audio issues when I wasn't in the stream,
Oh, I see what
but
you're
now
saying.
that I'm in the stream,
the dog's crying.
So you're saying you're contaminating the water?
How
me, it's
How
me,
bad
baby.
is the audio coming through right now from
And
you, Josh?
now I'm having audio issues.
Yeah.
yeah.
Shit. Huh.
I am not having audio issues.
Carl Winslow strikes again.
Don't know what to do at this point.
Oh,
Really...
and now something just popped up on my screen that says poor connection.
Okay, so that's probably it. You guys are having connection issues from the house.
Well, that's not surprising.
Would their connection issue be causing me to have a problem? Because there's no
well,
other.
I was gonna say, are you only having sound issues when they're talking?
That's a good question.
That
I mean,
ask good question.
no, because I had sound issues when you were talking earlier,
And everyone else was really quiet.
and now I can't hear Alex.
I can hear
Oh
Alex.
my goodness.
So far, I have not had any
Can't hear
problems
Ray.
hearing or anyone. Baby, have you had any problems with it?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm cool, and I know y'all are. Oh, no.
What?
So the audio issues are bad. That's not good. I don't know what to do at this point, guys. This is not what I wanted to happen for sure, but we are looking at.
So
Want to try Discord again?
I
I
can't.
was gonna say,
I would have to rebuild everything. It'll take me an hour. There's a puppy.
Puppies make everything better.
Uh-huh.
hmm
Puppies and boobs.
All right.
Okay, I'm trying to see if maybe it's my headphones that are having an issue.
One, go. I'm
That-
gonna.
that doesn't track though, because everyone is having the issue.
Yeah, everyone
Well,
but me.
Well, the one thing that was happening, especially when Ray was talking for some reason, is I was getting this like when it cut out, I would get this high pitched whine too, which was making me
Same.
think that my headphones like cutting out altogether.
Mine sounds like it's clicking or something. It doesn't. It's
I
not
get-
high pitched, but there's like
I get audio nothing. Like it's like audible nothing. Like I can hear that it's supposed to be picking up a mic, but there's nothing behind it.
Mhm.
It's just that like the sound of an empty room. It's hard to-
What is the sound of an empty room echoing?
I'm going to walk around my house and see if anybody else is on the internet, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Because like Ray, like when you are talking now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not having an issue. As
Can
of
you turn that off?
Can I what? Oh,
He was talking to
yeah, he was talking
someone.
to Amber.
No, he wasn't talking to Amber.
I am.
We're having problems.
I don't think that's. I don't know
Oh,
what's
no.
causing the problems.
Okay. I just thought I'd try one other thing. Not that.
Would it be possible for us to leave the video on here and then do like an audio call over Discord?
We should be able to. Let me check on something real fast. This is really rough. Dang. And I just found out we weren't even streaming to our Facebook page because something happened with Restream.io. Yay! All right, so let me go ahead and say something here.
Yeah, it looks like you pause it on Facebook.
It shouldn't be paused. It should be streaming.
Live video interrupted. The broadcast has been paused. It should resume shortly. It's like right there. Just shred it off the screen.
Okay, but it shouldn't be. It should be working. But anyway, let me do something. Hang on 1 minute. Let me bring up Discord.
Google Hangouts.
Google Hangouts.
Amber's cupcakes.
So let's do this. Everyone, do me a favor.
Yes.
This is gonna be an experiment. Mute your Skypes.
Didn't get any of it. Didn't get any of that. I have no idea what you just told us to do.
Sorry.
Mute your Skype.
Mute.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay, can you still hear me? Nod if you can. Okay. Alex, good. All right. Go to Discord. I'm going to jump into the live game feed. Just audio, no video. Check. Checking.
Yeah, I'm in here.
Oh my god, there's so much happening on my computer right now.
Yeah, Amber, your screen locked up. Cassie,
Aha.
got
I'm not, Skype will
No,
not let me
Cassie's
do
right
both.
there.
What? I'm here.
Amber's still
Okay.
locked up.
So you guys are all in Discord. Alex, are you in Discord?
Oh yeah.
Ray,
Okay. Amber?
I'm in Discord, but I can't. Apparently, I can't be on Skype and Discord at the same time on my computer. It tried to kill Skype, but I could hear you really well when everybody was muted. So I'm wondering if we unmute it just to talk, if we could actually all hear each other.
Maybe. That's a possibility. Maybe it's
Is
just too
there-
much audio trying to go all at once, and that's why it's cutting other people out.
That's what I'm thinking.
What are you talking about muting on what?
Like,
This?
on
Push to
Skype?
talk?
When we were all on Skype
Uh-huh.
and everybody was muted, I could hear you perfectly.
I don't know if Skype
Yeah,
has
that's,
a
that's
push
what
to
I'm
talk
wondering. I'm
function.
wondering if it's like picking up like
So
just
we
like
could just hit
random
the
sound.
unmute to talk and then mute again.
Yeah. I think we might have
Okay.
to do that.
I think I feel okay with. I mean, I feel like that's a reasonable try, but my computer got real upset about me trying to have Skype and this open at the same time.
Gotcha. Well, I can tell you right now that the stream is still going. We can hear
Okay.
all of you on the stream,
Okay.
and we can see those who are in Skype on the stream.
Okay.
So,
I'm trying again.
okay.
If you could, I have my computer on Discord and my phone on Skype, and I have Skype doing the video muted, and I plugged my headphones into my computer.
You seem to be doing okay, Amber, now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it seems
Can
to
you
be
hear
okay.
us?
Yeah.
Okay.
My only issue with this is because I'm noticing a little bit of like a delay between
Yes,
audio
there is
and
a delay between the audio and the video now.
yeah.
I'm gonna cry. Uh,
I'd rather have the delay than not hear everything.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I mean,
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
true. I just was wondering.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
No. You're completely right. Okay, let's do this. Let's finish the session 0. And then we're going to have to call it because this is way too low a quality for video and everything like that. So let's just go ahead and finish the session 0 with everyone, because we still have to make all these connections between the different players, different characters, everything like that. So we'll do that for now. We'll just call this our session re-session 0. And then we'll go ahead and call this for the night because we have to work out these technical issues. But please don't log off after we stop streaming because I want to try and fix this tonight
Okay.
if we can.
Yeah.
So
That
Yeah.
would be good.
yeah, because we're supposed to go longer than this. I want to, and that gives us time to actually fix this. And we have everyone but Elise here, and if we figure out the fix for it, then we can go ahead and move forward with it. All right,
Sounds good.
all right, ladies and
Got it.
gentlemen of the audience, we are very, 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 very sorry for the chaos, but we're trying to figure this out as we go along. Don't tell anyone we're not professionals, especially with my backdrop of shelves covered in crap. But anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and turn our eyes and gaze to the different interconnections that are possible between the characters that are built in Monster of the Week.
Oh
So,
shit!
what's wrong?
I was supposed to have that up.
It's not on the character sheet on Roll20. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be using Roll20 as our active tabletop for Monster of the Week. Monster of the Week doesn't have a need for maps. It's all theater of the mind. So we just have this up here as a way to roll dice. We don't even necessarily have to ever use it. So, you guys, if you guys want to bust out D6s at home, we can bust out D6s at home. But we have it on there just because I need to be able to see their character sheets easily. So I have it on there because the Monster of the Roll20 does have Powered by the Apocalypse built into their system, and you can use it there. And so far as I've seen, it's free. So which is another great thing about it. So, but we are going to go ahead and since you don't have to roll anything for any type of character creation in Monster of the Week, it's all basically a template system. We're going to go ahead and move forward with our session 0. So, Josh.
Can I interrupt real quick?
No.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
You said that we don't need to redo our things with Jessica, but I think she has a new character.
Nope, same character. She just changed it all completely. And on a technicality, she could still have had the same interaction with you that she did because of the nature of the character and the way it is. She would just have to tell you what type of abilities and powers she would have exhibited that would have caused, that you would have known and seen now. And change the back. And Jessica can keep the same background that she had for what she was doing in town, just removing a lot of the history that she had because it doesn't pertain to the character anymore.
Okay.
So, yeah. So
Yeah, I didn't try to kill you. There we go. That's the change.
but you still may have exhibited powers in front of her.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a very pretty fairy. This character does sparkle.
And we will
What's your
try not to
character's
hold it
name now,
against her.
Jessica?
Regina LaFay.
Thank you.
So, let us move back to Josh. Joshers, do you have the list of...
I do. I have it here in front of me on my phone here.
Mm-hmm. Wrong book.
So I've got a couple of options. It's your close relations, tell them how you are related. Initially rivals, you now both respect each other's talents. Romantically involved, or you just have a crush on them, ask them which they prefer. They're your hero, exactly the kind of monster hunter you aspire to be, and tell them why you worship them. Good friends, tell them if it's from way back or recently. You're a bit suspicious of them, maybe due to their unnatural powers or something like that. They introduced you to the existence of monsters, tell them how you feel about that, or you saved their life from a monster due to unlikely chain of events, tell them what.
Okay. Real quick, before you do that, I think we should. I want to give you one more piece of information about the city.
Hmm.
Embleton, the characters had basically they've all come to Embleton because some of them were here already, but most of them came to Embleton looking for shelter, looking for a place to hide. Like I said, Embleton is in the middle of a national forest. There's only two highways that come into town, and then there's a river that goes out to the ocean. So it's a very isolated, secluded spot. But it's also a city of almost 2 million people. So it's a very thriving metropolis.
Right.
So they were here, and one thing that all the characters liked and agreed on, and the reason they were so focused on Embleton itself, is that the city is very calm, very peaceful. There wasn't a lot of supernatural activity, and so they've both been here for about roughly short periods of time. But in that period of time, none of them have had any issues or any problems with other supernatural things happening. So this was kind of like a respite for them, and that's why that they had met together and they were talking about how they wanted to try and protect Embleton and keep it as a safe place for them to be in. So that was what that was brought them together as a group, is the idea that, hey, we haven't had any issues, any problems with the supernatural, and we want to keep it that way. So that's what brought them together. But that's not necessarily could be what was going on directly with your character. You could have just come into town, whatever. But that was I wanted to let you know what was going on with that. So any backgrounds any connections you make with him, they don't necessarily have to be in
So
Embleton.
right. So my thought process is, um, Carl's a local boy, and like completely oblivious and unaware to any of the like supernatural goings on or whatever. The majority of his life. Um, he's only 20 years old, and he works as a pizza delivery guy for a small little pizza place called Big Bill's Pepperoni Heaven. Um,
I
and
love that place.
I just deliver pizzas, man. That's my thing. I deliver pizzas. It's good enough right now. I don't really have any big plans for the future. I'm just I'm just delivering pizzas, man. And so someone, um, and I'm not sure who yet, but someone, I definitely want the connection to them that I saved them through an unlikely series of events. That unlikely series of events was that I was delivering a pizza, and Big Bill's he's got a policy: 30 minutes or less, period, or it's free. And I was on minute 27, so I had to get like 7 minutes away from where I was. I was just speeding, not looking where I was going, ran through a stoplight, and probably smashed into a monster and saved somebody's life on accident completely. Um, Completely unaware of what I did too. So I get out of the car and I'm like, man, what, what? Who's gonna fix my van, dude? And so here we are now. Um, and then I realized that it's a monster, and Carl's just kind of like unfazed. Like he knows he can't like go toe to toe with the supernatural now that he knows that it's real. But like the fact that it's real, he's just like, oh yeah, dude, that totally checks out. Yeah, like no, like come on, why would they make so many movies and TV shows about like monsters and stuff? It had to be real, right? Um, so I think I actually want to save the divine.
Okay.
Like an accidental, like I accidentally saved an angel, and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy, bro. Um,
Yeah, and I have my own history. They saved your life, and you understand intellectually, at least, that you owe them for that.
yes, yes,
So there we got the
yes,
tie back and forth
yes,
there.
yes. I love it. I
At
love
least,
it.
and I love that whole caveat of at least intellectually.
Yeah.
I guess I
Um,
owe you.
Yeah, I get. Isn't that's a thing that people do, right? Um,
Well, better him owing you than me.
What's your character's name again?
Carl Winslow,
Carl.
and it is spelled KarlWindslow.
Okay.
So
Winslow.
it's
Yes. So it's not legally, it is not like that TV show, but it's like that TV show.
actually I googled that name. Do you have any idea how freaking many Carl Winslows there are in America?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's tons.
Yeah, that wasn't the point. The point was Carl Winslow from Family
Carl
Matters.
Carl
Yeah.
Winslow. We never say the name of the show.
Never. Ever.
We can't be
Okay,
taken off air
We
for it.
didn't. He did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well.
So
Have
yeah,
fun
so
with that legal battle, babe.
My wife is
um,
such a big support to me. I just want to let you all know that.
okay, so I think a bit suspicious of them, maybe due to the unnatural powers or something like that, would fit pretty well with either the spooky or the hex.
The
Just
Hex has
'cause
more.
they're both
I think the Hex has more direct, like I know what I'm doing type situation.
right, and the
Whereas
spooky is just kind of like whoopsies.
Spooky is like I had a bad day and the door blew off my bedroom.
Shit happens, man.
Exactly. So the
I don't know.
spooky-
The monstrous is also like an obvious one for that one for me, where it's like you literally sparkle. That's weird.
Yeah, she is literally unnaturally attractive.
Because I took that move.
Yes, it is
Okay.
literally. It's literal. People can't take their eyes off of her.
Then I am suspicious. I am suspicious of you. You are too hot for me to trust you.
Yeah, she goes out in the tracksuit with sneakers on and no makeup, and cars smashed together in the intersection.
messy bun, and I'm just like, what? How? It's not natural.
She's been binge drinking for 3 weeks. She literally has crust on her face, and no one can stop staring at her.
Sorry about that.
You don't actually have crust on your face, baby. Unless
See,
you wanna
the
order
only
pizza.
thing that doesn't really on this list that doesn't really track with me is like initially rivals. Like, who's gonna be my pizza rival? Like,
Well, I think these are more directly
did you
tied
work
in.
for did you work for Father John's Pizza? Is that what it
It's
was?
not about your mundane life for the rivalry. It's not about your mundane life for the rivalry. It's more about, as you became a hunter, as you became, you came into this, there might be someone who you like. They are that might be a good one for Susie, because you're both technically mundanes, right? So you're always competing with her to
Okay,
see how much
yeah.
how much better you can be at helping everyone out than she is.
Right on. No power squad.
Yeah,
Gang,
no power
okay.
squad.
And the funny thing is, even though
At
Susie,
least I've got a van, dude.
yeah,
which is the mode of transportation I chose. I have a '98 Dodge Grand Caravan. It's in terrible condition.
sounds like it.
It was actually my real life first car, so it has a special place in my heart. I took the back seats out because it's for parties. For parties.
Did you
For
have
parties.
a box spring and a mattress? Or
No,
just a
no,
mattress
no,
back
no,
there?
no. Just a comforter and some towels. Sorry,
all,
Mom.
all class, Josh. All class,
Sorry.
all the time, man.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Mom.
Oh my god.
Oh, God. Oh, man. That made
Okay,
things uncomfortable, Josh.
so I also I know. So I also like. Can we get some information on like Elise's character so that
Sure.
way?
Elise's character is a teacher.
She went to college with my character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a teacher.
Jessica's character came here because their family business owns a set of high rises and condominiums, and she and Elise were college buddies. They basically came to town together. Elise lives in one of. Does she live with you? She's your
Yeah,
roommate, right?
we're
She's
roommates.
they're roommates, and so they live on a high rise in right off of the bay, and it's a really gorgeous place and everything like that. And Elise can never afford to live there because she's on a teacher salary. So she's there because Jessica's helping her out, and she's basically they're kind of
We're old
best.
friends.
Yeah, they're best buds,
Oh
and
yeah.
you know Elise is newish to her powers, and she didn't know what Jessica was. She didn't know what you were in college, right?
No, she just knew
That you were the hot chick and you hung around with her.
that both genders were very interested in me, but I wasn't interested in anybody else. She knew I was the college tease. Yeah, we
Gotcha.
hung out.
Yeah. And so,
And
what was that?
so I'm thinking maybe she like introduced me to the concept that monsters are real. Like I hit a monster of some kind, and I thought it was just like a weird looking animal.
Uh-huh.
But maybe she was there with Alex's character and
Frederick.
was like, no, you just killed like a werebub.
Oh shit, Alex! Remember how you saved Elise?
Yeah.
What if when you teleported her out, you like literally teleported and then something followed you? And so you teleport out with Elise, something followed you both, and then Josh, and then
And then
Carl
I
smashed into it.
and then I slammed into the with my car.
So basically, what happened was Elise is the one who talked you down. You know how you were flipping out? Elise was the one who
Right.
actually took time, because she's a teacher, so she's a caregiver by nature. So she's
So
the one who took
she
time to explain to
she
you.
calmed me
Yeah,
down.
she calmed down and
Okay.
And I'm
explained to you
gonna
what was
say,
happening.
and I can say that Carl saved me from Alex's character,
Yeah, because
who
Alex's
tried to kill
was going
me.
to try and was actually originally going to kill Jessica's
hmm
character.
Because I'm obviously unholy and
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, what could have happened after that is you kind of like, since you were new to the whole situation, you kind of like you kind of clung on to Elisa's character for a few days, asking her questions, showing up, showing up at her place, going, okay, so I saw this guy who had a really huge boil. Do you think that he's one of them? You know what I mean? So all kinds of stuff like that, and so Elise was like, but through that you met Jessica's character because they lived together. So
My neighbor is super hairy. I think he's a werewolf. Yeah.
I think the only way to find out is to cut off his arm and look inside. That's right? If there's fur on
Look,
the inside.
I'm new to this. I
Definitely.
don't know a lot about like monsters and stuff, but like
So
if he pants when he gets hot, that's a definite sign, right?
yeah, it's not the fact that he's 350 pounds, but
Yeah.
but anyway,
So okay, so then I would say for the last one, for my relationship with Luna, I think that we've known each other like since high school. Like we're both kind of on the younger side of things, and I think she was like
Yeah.
the weird. She was like the weird like outcast loner, and like I was like a grungy, dirty kid who no one wanted to sit with at the lunch table. So we just kind of gravitated being friends. And she's always been really weird, but I don't judge her for it. I'm just like, yeah, no, she's just like weird, man. She's just weird. It's cool though.
so
You
basically,
guys
if you
totally work.
actually, I was gonna say basically if you actually had grown up together.
Yeah, like
Pretty
yeah.
much. Pretty much.
Yeah,
Oh.
it will emulate our real life.
Mm.
It's art
Friendship.
imitating life.
Yeah. Because we did meet when I was like 19 still. Like I was still a teenager when we met.
I was about Carl's age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Okay. For me, Luna.
I think that's how I tied in with her.
Okay. So, real quick, before you get to Luna's, I want to establish something. So, Kessie, are you okay with establishing the fact that you guys are from Embleton?
Yeah, I'm okay
Okay.
with that.
Cool, no problem. Because I want to make sure, because
Definitely okay with
that's a pretty big, that's a pretty big thing for the character to set their point of origin. So, if you're cool with
Okay.
it, then we can move on from there. Go ahead, Jessica. I'm sorry to
Yes,
interrupt you.
I'm totally fine with that.
That's okay. You can make me another mixed drink. I'll talk to Luna.
Okay, I can still hear
Bartender.
you though, so don't try anything.
Okay, close relations or a distant descendant, tell them which. Now, being as though I'm Faye.
What?
What is in this?
Ooh.
What was in this?
Ooh.
Oh,
Coke
my audio's doing
and
something weird.
the Apple stuff. What?
Nothing. Their audio was doing something weird.
My
Yeah.
my audio was doing a little.
I think when you're on
Kinda
the same
skip
room,
thing.
it messed it up.
Yeah, you get double me.
Yeah,
He's
I'll
loud.
mute from now on.
it was struggling with that for a second.
So she said close relations or direct descendant. Is that what you said?
Distant.
Distant.
Distant. Oh, I told you who I was, right?
Yeah, you did.
So do you
Okay.
want to be related?
This is the universal out of character sign.
Okay.
Out of character. Only one person, well, two people here now. Who else other than Amber and Ray are familiar with Morgan Le Fay? Nobody's heard of her?
Mm-mm.
Google, people.
That
They
Straight
sounds
up.
didn't know who you were playing until just now. Give them a break.
sounds familiar.
So, go ahead and explain.
Morgan Le Fay. Wow. I guess I've grown up with really dorky stuff my entire life. So I'm like, how can these people who go to Ren Fair have never heard of this?
Hey.
No
Oh my
critiquing
lord.
other people.
I'm
Be
feeling
nice.
called out right now.
Yeah, be
I'm
nice.
picking on you. Totally picking on you.
Be nice or I'm pouring this drink down the
Oh.
sink.
That's not nice.
Then you be nice.
Oh. Oh, okay.
He Googled.
So you're
I lost him.
Yeah.
More audio issues.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
think
it was
actually I
running
think
way
Josh's
too
Skype might
smoothly.
crash again. Oh no, he's there. He's moving.
No, he's there. He's moving.
Your audio crashed.
Can you guys
Josh.
just
There you go.
Oh, okay. There we go.
sick.
I've been having a couple minutes where like sometimes it starts to like lag just a little, and then eventually it catches up.
We're going to have to get your. Oh, and Elise did message me. She is not making it tonight. So we will set up stuff with her either in the Discord. You guys can get with her and set it up later. But she is not going to make it tonight. So Josh, try and say something.
Something.
That's good. We can hear you again. All right.
So I think when I'm using Skype and Discord, and I was also Googling who Morgan Le Fay was,
Oh.
I think the internet was just like, and it. But now that I'm not Googling, and I know that you're basically playing like the like Fey princess from like
Queen Mab.
yeah from basically like every King Arthur stuff.
The bad one? Yeah.
The bad one. If you're looking at the Chaucer versionized legends of from King Arthur, yeah, it doesn't paint her in a good light. But she's got a very long, as we found out from researching, an incredibly long lineage that goes way back before
Oh, Joe.
Christendom.
Like 1136 is
AD
the first.
or BC.
Yeah, like wow.
Wow.
Yeah. She's her legend is ancient.
Yeah, it was like told around campfires by bards and stuff in
So-
Wales and Scotland.
Are you actually trying to play Morgan Le Fay, or are you?
Emissary of.
Okay, so you're basically maybe
I
one
mean,
of her descendants.
Yeah, it's summer now, so she would be sleeping.
Yes. See nighttime.
Yeah.
All right, so oops, wrong button. What were you gonna say about your character, though, baby?
Well, no, I was saying
Oh yeah,
Luna is
that could explain where your unnatural powers come from, Luna.
yeah.
Cassie.
Yeah, it could.
But if you don't like that, then that's
Well,
definitely...
no, it's just because I had already I started working on like a story, but I didn't realize that this was that I might be able to make a connection somewhere else to do that. I did
Yeah.
not realize that that was
Oh,
a
I'm
thing.
sorry.
Joshua didn't tell me that.
I
Joshua.
literally told you that's what the session zero.
Wow.
I
No,
told you
did not. You
three
did not tell me
times.
that. You did not.
I told you that three
So then when I came to
distinct
you
times.
struggling with like making up this story for her, why didn't you say, why don't you just wait?
Because it's good to have a jumping off point.
Whatever.
All
I'm
right.
upset with you.
Enough fighting.
We
Until
don't-
it's more amusing for
All
me.
right, we're not friends anymore.
Oh.
Oh,
No.
Now we're like bitter
Mortal
enemies.
oh my lord!
No, he's
Goodness.
messing.
That's totally not going to happen. Everyone knows that.
Okay,
But anyway,
we don't
so
have to be related. It's okay. I'm sorry.
No.
so
No, I
what
did-
was you said you were coming up with a background? Let's go ahead and give me a as much as you want to give a synopsis, give a synopsis. So
Yeah,
that way
well,
we can have
the
some ideas.
little thing that I had come up with was that Luna's mother was not able to have children, and so she essentially somehow got in contact with a demon and made a contract with a demon to be able to have a child, but
Holy
that
shit.
contract was then going to end up having something she doesn't really know. Her mother never really explained to her what the other end of that contract was, as to what might end up happening to her later on in life. If this demon might be coming back for her, or might have
Cassie,
plans for her.
Cassie,
What?
you see my face? You see the
No.
smile? You read this?
That's what I had come up with.
Thank you, Cassie. I love you. I'll get you
I
something
know.
nice.
I knew, like, that's why I was like, I'm making this super vague, but I was like, Ray's gonna love how vague this is, because it's gonna give him the ability to just run with it.
Oh, this is going to be wonderful.
I told you you're not allowed to break Kessie.
Oh no, it's fine. It's totally fine.
We've got
it's gonna happen.
We've got a missing mom, a demon father, and a vague and unknown contract.
Yep.
Yep.
Cassie wants to
Killed it.
cry.
So maybe she's like the aunt that isn't an aunt, you know, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
an aunt
Yeah.
of the family, like she's just a friend of the family, but like you call her auntie.
Or she could actually be your aunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still entirely possible. Yeah.
And maybe that's why your mom can't have kids, because she's part Fae. I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah, that would be it.
Yeah. That would also lean into like how she possibly knew how to get a hold of a demon to make a contract.
There's that as well, yes. All right, so is that going to
Part
work
human,
then?
part Fae, part demon.
Part faith, part demon. That just leads right there to a great and loving relationship. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
All right, so what is the next thing? So that was Jessica and Kessie's characters, or that was should I say Regina and Luna. So, what about for everyone else? Luna.
Oh, I don't know.
Did you have the list in front of you?
No, I don't, because remember I told
Okay,
I
okay. Yeah.
I don't have
Hang on one
the
second.
ability to do that.
I got you.
Hold on.
Is the big issue.
We're all
with that.
opening books and stuff.
Okay.
I
Your options are they taught you to control your powers to the extent that you can control them at all. That's one of your options, Luna.
Okay.
You are bloodkin, decide together exactly what. There's that one.
So
You
you
are
can take the
married.
same one back with Jessica's character.
Yeah, so you would decide how we were related.
So you and Jessica can do that one. So that takes care of that.
Yeah. For everybody else, you are bloodkin, decide, okay, you are married or romantically involved, decide between you the exact relationship, your old friends, and trust each other completely.
You can do that with Josh's character because you guys already have
Yeah.
that background set up.
Yeah.
I know about your powers.
You use your powers on them one time, decide if it was for selfish reasons or not, and tell them if they found out about it.
You used your powers on me and I don't know.
No.
She's already got one tied to you.
You've
Yeah.
known each other for some time, but since your powers manifested, you keep them at a distance emotionally. You hope that they can help you control your powers. They saw you use your powers for selfish or vindictive reasons. Ask them who the victim was, and then tell them what you did.
So I was thinking that a good one for Susie would be you hope they can help you control your powers. Because Susie is like a knowledge fountain when it comes to the supernatural.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if you
That would be
manifested
a
your powers and Susie works in an occult bookshop. So you may have
Okay.
gone there looking for help and you may have run into Susie and Susie's got a natural way of getting information out of people.
And actually, one of my ties to you could be that we're members of the same support group. So we could have a little support group in the occult bookstore that we were
Mhm.
part of.
Yeah. That sounds perfect.
Okay.
I like that.
All right. So there's those two. All right. So I'm trying to think. I'm worried that if you use your powers on Alex, that he would have just, or Frederick, that he would have just killed you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, because y'all were saying that Lisa's character is a teacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what is there like a specific grade or anything like
She
a
has,
High school and theater.
she does high school theater, yeah.
Okay, so
High school
that
cheerleaders, me.
that could actually work though, because then um because when she was in high school, she could have, because one of the powers I ended, or one of the moves I picked, so kind of like her powers, was telepathy.
Mm-hmm.
So if I like used that to try to like read her mind, and then she somehow figured out that that's what I was doing it, or like to manipulate her,
Yeah,
like while in school.
yeah. Because she probably teaches like health or some regular class as well as doing the theater department, because that's
Yeah,
usually a requisite for
And
those
you were
teachers. So
cheating.
yeah, you probably tried to cheat on a test.
probably
And it
something
turned
like
out
that,
that she
right?
was.
Let's just
It might have been
say,
something as she changed the
I
the answer
can't go
key.
back to summer school.
I
or
can't go
you
back to
wanted
summer.
the main part of a play or something.
Right? Or something.
Yeah, you
No,
started reading
no,
her
my
mind to
character
start
wouldn't have wanted
manipulating
that.
her to give you the main lead.
No, my character would not have wanted to be the lead in the
Gotcha.
school play.
All right.
Or
Maybe she was
maybe
trying to. Maybe she was trying to cast you in that, and you were like, "Nah,
Oh, that makes sense because you were
that's
already
a
the
bad
outcast.
idea.
That's a really bad idea. Don't do
Don't
that.
do it."
She was like, I've got to get her out of her shell. She just never
Yes.
talks to anybody. She just sits by herself all the time. All she ever wants to do is lie
She
to
only
you.
hangs out with that weird Carl
That weird,
kid.
that
That
weird
weird-
smelly Carl kid.
He wears the same flannel every
perfect.
day.
Y'all know he's not going anywhere in life.
You gotta
That
stop
is
hanging
so
out with Carl.
perfect, actually.
He's going nowhere.
He's gonna end up delivering
He's never gonna leave
pizzas
this
forever
town.
and run over somebody.
He's never gonna leave this town.
All right,
And I
so
think he's on drugs.
that one would be your tie into the lease. We have to
That's
find
perfect.
something that's gonna to tie you into Carl without getting you killed.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I
No,
got a good
not-
one. And we would have to
Frederick.
modify it a little bit,
Okay.
but Carl, when you were manifested, it was only like a year or two ago, right?
Frederick.
Frederick. So Carl, sorry, wrong character.
Like,
Yeah, I hit him. I manifested my car into that
No.
monster.
No. How long? I forgot. And you told me this before
Uh,
for Alex, but how long has Frederick
been
been in
about-
existence?
3 or 4 months.
3 more months. Okay, so that won't work. Well, we can modify it.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know. No, it wouldn't work because it needs the time for it to work.
Well, maybe I have something that'll help inspire.
I got an idea. Well, go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
Well, I can start looking. I'm just.
Oh yeah, I thought you said you had something. No, that's okay. But no, I was thinking you could have used your powers on Frederick, but it could have been more of a different situation. It could have been a situation where Frederick was actively hunting something, and let's say it was at the school because you're gonna make yourself kind of young. So like it was like your senior year in high school. Like how long ago would you have graduated type situation?
Well, that was the thing, is I was gonna make her pretty young. I was gonna keep her like at about 18
Okay, so
years old.
you probably just graduated.
How do you?
Like,
Yeah.
so you could have been back at the school, like this could have been happening during graduation type situation, and you were like at school. It was late. You had left something at the school from the graduation ceremonies. You showed up. Frederick was actively hunting something, and while he was hunting it, you were at school. You actually stumbled onto Frederick basically making his kill, and of course, when Frederick is like in full blown fight mode, he has angelic wings that sprout up from his back. He has a giant flaming sword, and he's basically, it's terrifying. So just
Mhm.
out of nowhere, your powers had already manifested, but you didn't have good control of them. So Frederick like just struck the final blow. The creature had fallen. He spun around because he heard you coming. You basically just screamed and blasted him into Tuesday.
Yeah.
Um,
That.
Frederick, you basically, turned around, saw a high school girl there. You were like, your first thought was, oh shit, what am I gonna do? And you're about to teleport out just to try and save face, and suddenly she hit you with some kind of blast. What powers did you take, by the way, Kessie?
Like the moves that I
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
took. Yeah, I took telepathy, the sight, and the big whammy.
Okay, good. Then she hit you with the big whammy, which is pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you know, you had enough time before she actually nailed you with it to realize that you had scared the shit out of her. Now, you didn't know what to make of it because she hit you with a supernatural ability. So you basically, she probably took off. You tracked her down, and you basically you tracked her down, watched her for a little bit, realized she wasn't horrible, and then you approached her and started talking to her. So basically, what that would equal out to is you use your powers on them one time, and it wasn't for selfish reasons. And you basically, they did definitely found out about it because it was one of your more direct and obvious powers. But Alex, you basically realized that and it was part of that awakening you had when you realized that not everything supernatural had to be evil.
Hmm.
So that's how you got to know her, and so that would tie you two together. Is that okay?
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with that.
All right.
Yep.
And Alex, do you have one for her?
Nope.
Okay, let's look at the divine.
Well, he's honest.
He is. Spell slinger, my favorite.
Yeah. None of my things matched that at all.
Doesn't have to match
Yeah, it's okay. That was good enough for both of us, I think.
it. Let's see what the divine's got.
Well, and if Frederick is like
Oh no, I got it.
not is not happy about the spooky, I can be like, bro, come on, I saved your life. She's my best friend. You owe me.
Frederick, there's one right here. Have you already used "They are at heart a good and righteous person"?
Yep.
On who?
Susie.
Susie.
Although when I said that, it didn't seem to catch on well, so I could change it.
Well,
Supposed to mean-
the nature of the spooky is
I'm a good person.
the nature of the spooky is that they usually have something dark in them. That is how their powers manifest. So they're good at heart and a righteous person. You must help keep them stay that way. You could feel that darkness in her. So that could be something that you have made a goal of yours to make sure that she doesn't fall to that. Or, of course, the other bad part, if she does fall to it, making sure it's at least a friend who finishes it.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's not creepy at all.
He's
That's
an
not
angel.
super
He doesn't.
ominous
He
or
doesn't.
anything.
He doesn't
We're-
hold to our morals.
we're friends for now.
Now.
For now.
For now.
But if your eyes go all black and scary and you start killing children, I'm gonna have to put you down.
Yeah.
At the moment, I am so happy that you're crashed at my place right now, Susie.
Right?
Okay.
Protect you from our not so
You
friendly
can. And
neighborhood.
did you use they're the person you go to for mortal stuff? For
How
advice on
about
mortal
I?
stuff?
How
That
about
was
I?
used for
Wasn't that
Yeah,
for Jonathan?
it was
yeah.
for
Uh-huh.
John.
You can put that
So
onto Susie then.
how about I change Susie to that and put Cassie as that one?
There you go.
But I'm really weird, so
But
my
yeah,
mortal
but you're one of
stuff
the
might
few
be really
actual
weird.
mortals he knows.
Okay.
Yeah, look around you.
Well, if
There's
you're
one others. Yeah.
if you're the one he goes to for mortal stuff, it could be like because you can tie everything together, because you're like the flake and you're like I see everything.
I know everything.
Yeah, I know I am everything. Yeah, it's uh yeah, I think that could fit in there.
All right.
Because if he comes to me for mortal stuff, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, dude, mortals totally eat pizza all the time,
It's the only food they actually want to constantly consume. All
bro.
right.
Bro, another thing mortals do. I'm gonna need you to just put this in your mouth and just inhale on it.
I don't know if that would actually affect him or not.
We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you lifted, bro.
We're going to return you to your higher state of being.
Um,
Cassie, what's your character's name?
Luna.
Thank you.
All right. So, um, we've kind of got everyone tied together now, which is the whole purpose of session 0. So I'm going to give you guys a quick synopsis of Embleton. With a little more details. Like we were saying earlier, Embleton is a fictional city that we have placed on the west coast. It's just north of the California border with Oregon. It's right on the coastline. It was a cannery city for the fishing fleets that would fish off the coast there, salmon and cod and other fish like that. So it used to be a big industrial town. As the fisheries were being basically being fished out, and as competition from overseas drove most of the local industrial fisheries out of business, they basically changed their focus from the industrial side over to tourism. Embleton is situated almost dead center of a giant federal park and forest preserve. So it's in the middle of gorgeous countryside, and it attracts a lot of outdoor enthusiasts, campers, hunters, everything like that. And it's got a wide variety of people who live there, from naturalists to big game hunters to everything. And the city itself is about 2 million people, counting all the suburbs and everything like that. And it's right on a very large river, and it is got a very thriving cultural district with an opera house, theater district, and everything like that. And it also has a very low crime rate inside of Embleton proper. A lot of the well-off people live inside Embleton. The city itself is very built around a metro-based economy, where the people with money live in Old Town Embleton and Embleton downtown, and the people who provide the service jobs for those people live all around the town and ride in on buses and metro rails and stuff like that. So it is very much it's very much not an urban sprawl. The actual center of Embleton moved from what was a little bit further west and towards the coast, and was where all the factories and industrialization were. They originally moved it about 60 years ago further inland and created the theater district and the college districts and everything like that I'm talking about. And they did that to move away from what they considered to be the dying industry of Embleton and create a new Embleton that was based around this idea of being the most picturesque city in the United States. So this has been the goal of Embleton for the past 60 years, and it's gone very well. And also, for those of you who lived here, back in the day, like your parents and everyone else who lived here back in the day, Embleton was full of different mysteries and wild occurrences. They were People would disappear, their bodies would show up mangled. There was all kinds of rumors of monsters in the woods, uh, sea creatures that would come out of the river and drag people back. It was like Embleton had the worst history going back, and but that stopped about 60 years ago when everything was changed. When they basically ripped the heart out of old Embleton and picked it up and moved it away from moved it and put it somewhere else. Um, since then, things have gotten better year by year by year until you're at the point we're at now, where Embleton is a very segregated town with the people who are the working class living outside of town and having to ride in computer rails. Literally, there is an ordinance for this theater district in downtown Embleton that you cannot have a car in that area that does not it is not newer than 5 years old. You literally cannot drive your car in. You have to take commuter rails. Now, because of that, the commuter rail system is completely free. It's paid for by the city, but that is because they enforce that ordinance religiously. They are all about appearances. There is multiple hotels. There's a lot of tourist industry. There are several lodges built around Embleton in the forest that run during the summer, an insanely huge business. A lot of those people come into Embleton like on the weekends for like going to the theater and stuff like that, and they stay out there during the week and do the different events and everything that are large. It's almost like how the East Coast used to be with all the entertainment lodges and retreats that used to be very popular back in the 40s and 50s. Well, that's still the case with Embleton, and so this is a very very heavy tourist focused business. They are very very heavy on image above everything. So all that being said,
So wait, does that mean baby's gonna come up here during the summer to learn how to dance?
yes, and someone's gonna put him in the corner and it's gonna start a whole row.
Okay.
All right, so that all being said, we can go ahead and let me see how bad this is. How bad's the sound lag you guys are seeing right now?
It's actually better.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's actually that bad now.
Yeah.
It's still there.
It's still there just a little, but
All right. So
But we
you
do
guys
have
want
people that
to?
are watching and paying attention, so
Yeah. Do you guys want to go ahead and launch into a little bit of the game tonight then?
Sure.
All right. Let's
Yeah, let's
take
go for it.
let's take a 10-minute break. I need to get a new drink anyway. We'll take a 10-minute break, everyone, and we will be back. It is 7:40. I'll call it 7:40 right now. We will be back at 7:50, and we will go ahead and launch into our get to know you period.
All right.
okay.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
Be right back, guys.
You can
Ladies
go
and
to the
gentlemen,
bathroom.
Alex has been kidnapped by aliens. Anyway, when we left off the actual players for the actual game itself, we actually were in, because we actually did play a little bit of a session. Susie, sorry, Jessica's original character, who we're basically just going to kind of spin reality a little bit and replace her with this one, Regina. Regina had invited everyone over to her apartment for dinner in order to discuss what they, as actual creatures either of the supernatural or with awareness of the supernatural, were going to do in order to try and keep Engleton as quiet and as safe as it was. So, what happened at that dinner party? Susie got up to go to the restroom, and while she was in the bathroom, when she walked into the bathroom, she basically turned the lights on, walked in the bathroom, closed the door, and the moment the door shut, the room went to complete blackness. And Susie's character had an experience in her youth with a creature made of shadow. It actually pushed her father down a flight of stairs, and she witnessed this. It was the first ever incidence of supernatural that you witnessed, wasn't it?
I had seen things before, but everybody always told me they were wrong. They were fake. That I was making things up. They told me that, I had a imaginary friend, and everybody would just tell me to stop making things up, stop
Gotcha.
pretending.
And finally, this imaginary friend actually showed up and did something. Excuse me. Sorry. And so, when she was in that bathroom, a voice in her head began speaking to her from the darkness. And she instantly knew who it was, and what it was, and what was happening. She tried to get the fuck out of there very, very quickly.
Banging on the door.
Yeah, she was banging on the door, making a lot of noise. Everyone came running down the hallway to try and help her out. She was trapped in the bathroom for a number of seconds with this thing. During that time, it told her that it wasn't there to kill her, that it could have killed her anytime it wanted to. It was never there to kill her. But now there is something coming, and that something was so powerful that there was nothing that it wanted to warn them and to tell them that something more powerful than the shadow was coming for them all. And when she finally composed herself enough to ask what it was and what it wanted, it simply told her it was the darkness and that it wanted this. And it did something it had never done before to her. It touched her. It pinched her skin. At that time, everyone managed to get the door kicked in and knocked down. They got Susie to the couch, got her calmed down. She related to them what happened, and everyone kind of went. Whereas Susie was staying there, they decided Susie was going to stay there that night, and everyone else kind of went on their way, went home, or in Frederick's case, went to go walk around the subway because Frederick doesn't have a home because he doesn't sleep or rest. So that all happened last session. You, Carl and Luna weren't there. And it may have just been scheduling or something like that. You couldn't get there. Carl couldn't get off work. And but the
Gotta
next
pay bills,
morning,
man.
yeah, I know, right? The next morning comes up. Susie, you're still, you managed to get some sleep after going through like 2 bottles of Regina's good wine. And
Hey, we had a slumber party.
Mm-hmm.
Wine gets imbibed.
I also did a lot of internet surfing.
Yeah. The darkness, if you've done a lot of research on the Shadow Man, you know that he is a very common mythological entity in a lot of different mythologies. He almost has the same vibe in all of them. He is an omen. He is a bearer of bad tidings. He is, often he is also the people who have what's that illness where you can't move when you go to sleep?
Sleep
Sleep
paralysis.
paralysis. He's often associated with people with sleep paralysis. They see a figure like that a lot. So that's, of course, scientists have said that's where the legend comes from, is people with sleep paralysis, because this is a common a common delusion that they get when they have an episode of sleep paralysis. They see a shadow figure. So they are basically, it's been explained away. You know the truth. You know that he is a thing, and it may be more than one of them, but there is a thing out there that has been with you or around you your entire life. And you actually were running from the Shadow Man because he had shown back up in your life. That's one of the things. That was one of the things you and Jonathan's character. He helped you fight him off once, right?
Correct.
But you guys basically you would run to Embleton to get away from everything and try and start a new life because the Shadow Man had becoming more and more prevalent in your current life. So morning comes. The sun comes up. Your sleep was fitful at best, and downright impossible at worst. So, what's your first thought or action come the morning?
I guess the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to text Luna. And I'm going to say, you need to come to Regina's now.
Okay, I'll go.
So you know where Regina's is, Luna. I don't know what tie do we make between you and Regina. Oh yeah, she. You refer to her as your aunt. You know you're related in some way. You've been to her place a few times, but it hasn't been, a regular occurrence. So you know where it is, you know how to get there, and you're, you know, you're familiar enough with it to, the guards don't, like, because it is a luxury high-rise condominium. So but the guards don't stop you as you come in. They kind of just let you come in, and they know who you are now, and they know you're a relative.
And
So-
I'll probably send a second text that says, bring Carl if you want.
So Carl, you worked until like 2 in the morning delivering pizzas to bars, and it's Luna. Are you gonna wake Carl up?
Yeah, totally.
So I think Carl has his own like it's not a good apartment. Like it is just like it's like the most bachelor pad of bachelor pads. I know the town's like all about like appearances and whatnot, but like there has to be somewhere
No, no,
that's on
no.
like the
That's
lower.
inside Edison the proper. Outside of on the burbs, that's where like all the low cost housing is. That's where the cheap apartments are. That's why I said
Oh yeah,
public transportation is free for a reason. They
That's
they
where
want
Susie
to.
lives.
Yeah.
yeah. I live in a real shit apartment.
Yeah.
Just absolutely shitty apartment.
Luna, you
Like we're
graduated from
we're
high
talking
school.
like milk crates and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna pull out. Do you actually have a bed, or do you just have a pull-out sofa?
I have a futon,
Futon?
so it's
Oh yes,
both.
perfect. That is
So it's
brilliant.
both.
That's brilliant. Luna, though, do you still live at home? Are you still? You just graduated high school now. Do you still live at home? Did you move out? Are you trying
Well,
to make it
yeah,
on your own? Are you going to college?
these are all very, very, very good questions.
Hmm.
Um,
You don't have to answer them right now, but I just need the big one. I need to kind of want to know is, do you think she still live at home, or would this be something?
yeah, yeah, I would think so.
Okay. Here's another good question. We said you had your powers manifest for a little bit.
Hmm.
Usually, the spooky's powers manifest right around puberty as a great
Hmm.
inconvenience to their lives.
Yeah,
So, are you a typical spooky? Is that going to be your time you manifested? Or have you been dealing with
yeah,
this for
I
a
would
number of
think
years?
so. Because, like, yeah, that would definitely
So,
have a lot to
how
do
did
with her
your
withdrawing
family
and,
react to that?
well, her mother would have been like, well, okay, that makes sense, because like she knows that I'm not, completely human or anything like that. So, um, she probably would have. I don't know. Like, I mean, she probably wouldn't have been excited about it or anything, and told me that I need to try to hide it from everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
But she wouldn't have been like surprised or anything necessarily.
Now, what about your father? Does he even know what your mother was or is?
Mm-mm.
I mean, your mother still is, but she's, all of you are mixed blooded. Your family has been
Yeah.
marrying and intermarrying with humans for a while. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, gotcha. So, you had it fairly decent. So,
Sorry, I was
sorry.
trying to do something.
What's
Not working.
okay? I didn't even notice. But now I know. Now stop it. Just kidding. But you had a long time with the. You had a time period with your mom where she was
Sorry,
very,
you're
very.
cutting out just a little for me.
I am. Okay,
Yeah, just a
sorry.
little.
I'm sorry.
No, it's just
Yeah.
I think again I think
Also,
it's like lagging just a little.
Mm-hmm. But
By
we
the
all get.
way,
Yes.
your Aunt Regina totally would have been like, honey, it's okay. It's completely normal. If you're
Oh God.
scared, let me know.
this
You got to
If,
talk like 50 times.
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
if you need a place to go, my door
you're
is always open. Yeah, you would have
you're
gotten the
you're
talk.
you're budding into a beautiful flower.
Yeah,
That blows things up.
A beautiful flower that's on fire.
and I can show you how to direct that fire. So you only
Oh,
go
I
up
love
to that
it.
guy
Perfect.
right there.
First
So
off, only
perfect.
use your horrible powers on men. That's it.
Got it.
But anyway,
Practice
Unless
on
it's
Carl.
practice
Practice
on
on
Carl.
Carl.
Yeah.
All right, so you know where Regina's is. You've been over there plenty of times. So
Mhm.
the hard part is going to be getting Carl out of bed.
Yep.
So
Hardest part of the day.
hardest part of the day. So you call Carl. Carl, how often do you answer your phone when it's been this late?
I think that for Luna, Carl has a policy of like always answering the phone.
She has her own ringtone set.
I think Luna's got her own ringtone, and I think it's like, I think it's the Monster Mash.
Perfect.
I think anytime that he hears Monster Mash, it's like scramble. Got to pick up my phone. Got to answer it right now.
All right, so you
I
basically
do.
Because
roll
I
up.
also feel like Luna doesn't call often.
No.
So I think that when it rings, it's like, oh shit, and like scrambles for the phone. Like, where is it?
Gotcha. So after a few rings, you hear the Carl's exasperated voice come on. Go ahead, guys.
Hey. Yeah, I'm awake. I'm up.
You
I
sure?
am awake. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, no, I'm
Okay, because
always
we gotta
awake
go.
this early. Yeah, no, where are we going?
We're gonna go to Regina's. Now.
Okay.
Like right now.
I gotta find. Like, are you here?
Yes.
Okay. So I get up and I go to the door, and I open it, and it's just like I'm just standing there in like just in
Sorry,
like
you said he opened the door
boxers.
and the light came on Jessica.
just I open the door and I'm just in like boxers. And I'm like, yeah, I just gotta find my pants.
Yeah, can you get dressed? Like, what is
And
wrong with you?
I go and I get like my like I get my hunting clothes on, because she's mentioned Regina, so I go and I get like some sturdy jeans, some Doc Martens on. I put on like a sturdy flannel, and I grab my nunchucks, because that's the weapons that I chose.
Okay.
I love
And
it.
it takes me like it takes me another like 10 minutes to find my keys, and I'm gonna come back and be like, hey, Looney, can you
Text.
can you find my keys
Are you coming?
with like with like your powers, you know, if you like your stuff.
Are you
like,
serious right now?
you've got this. You told me you've got the site, and I can't find my keys. So
It's not exactly how it works.
okay, all right, and I keep like going around and looking for my keys.
Oh, good lord.
And eventually, you find your keys. They were in your other shoes.
Yeah, that tracks. That tracks. I was really tired when I got home last night. I'm sorry.
Now I have
All
4
right.
texts from Susie.
Yeah, 4 texts from Susie.
I
Like,
I
come
like
on, we
I
have
spin
got
my
to
keys. I spin my
go.
keys. I spin my keys around my finger, and I'm like, all right, to the Winslow Mobile.
The Winslow Mobile. So you go down to the 98 Dodge Caravan. It was a 98, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha. I'm going to have to look
Good
that
year.
up now so I can know everything about the 98 Dodge Caravan.
Champagne colored.
With the wood paneling?
Yeah, definitely
The faux
with the
wood
wood
paneling?
paneling.
That's
Yeah.
like all cracked and falling off?
At this point, it's probably like it's probably so sun bleached that it doesn't even look like wood paneling. It's just like a weird thing on the side of the car.
The panel goes in the wind when you're
Yeah,
driving.
flap,
And
flap,
part
flap, flap.
and yeah, part of the panel on the passenger side is like coming off because that's where the sliding door is, but also and more importantly because that's where I like hit the monster with my car that I haven't fixed it yet.
Can it be like my mom's old like Chrysler minivan that we had, where it's like the spark plugs were hooked up wrong too, so it used to backfire constantly?
Oh, 100%, 100%.
I used to drive that minivan places. One of the first vehicles I drove, and my brother's friends took to calling it the Golden Bullet.
So I get in the car.
That's not a good thing, Jesse.
I get in the car and I play the only music that I can play because the tape deck is broken and the tape is stuck in there. It's stuck in there, and the only music I can play is Limp Bizkit's "Hot Dog" or chocolate covered the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
So there's a good 30, 45 minutes because Regina lives in the nice part of Embleton and Carl does not. So it's like a 45-minute drive.
Mm-hmm.
So they finally get there, and it's been like almost an hour and 20 minutes since you originally called them, Susie. So they finally, you hear, well, you're up in the high rise in the penthouse, so you can't hear it. But security says, actually Regina, security calls up and says, "Ma'am, there's a heap pulling up, and he wants to park in secured parking. I think it's on fire, ma'am."
What color is
Tell
it?
her I know her. She knows who I am.
Can I hear him?
Yes.
He's okay.
He's like,
Okay, well, he's not okay, but he's bringing my niece.
okay. Oh, yes.
Lynn is
I
at this
see
point
her.
gonna have like a hood up and just like, in the passenger seat, like.
So it does the whole as he pulls into the garage. So you guys go head up to the
All the
apartment.
security guys duck.
Sorry.
So, and as you get out of the van, you turn off the engine, get out of the van. It sits there for about 10 minutes as you walk away, knocking.
Yes.
I've totally had that car.
I know. I love that car.
That's how I know it. That's how I know it's still working, and it's gonna crank. If it's not making that noise, then it's not gonna crank the next time I go for it.
That's been like most of my cars.
Forever, I would never buy get a loan for a car. I would pay like $1,500 and then keep it running until it fell apart, then sell it for
Yes.
junk and buy another
Oh, yeah.
$1,500 car.
Yep.
Still doing that.
So,
Which is pretty much going to be our kids' first car.
yeah, because they need to
Yep.
learn how to do that.
Exactly.
So,
It's important. It's a
you guys
life
come
lesson.
you come in through the lobby. The lobby is very plush and elegant. Go upstairs to take the one elevator that actually goes all the way to the penthouse level. The penthouse level has got there are only two apartments on the penthouse level: Regina's apartment and her neighbors across the way. So as you go up, you hit the penthouse. It's a big double oak doors sitting there. It's a room. Do you say there's 14 floors?
I said 13.
Yes, but there can't be 13 floors because no one makes a building with 13 floors. So it's
Yep.
14 floors, even though there's only 13.
Mhm.
But anyway, but there's so you get up to the top floor. You knock on the door. Regina, I'm assuming you open the door.
Mhm.
You don't have servants, do you?
Not right now.
Okay, not right now. It's not that big a party. But anyway, so Regina
No,
opens
it's
the door.
not. We had
Regina, give us a
yes.
description of yourself, please, in all your glamorous glory.
Bitch, I'm holding coffee and a
Remember what you
biscuit,
look like.
and I still look fantabulous. It's a word. It's not really. Um. Okay. Dark hair, dark eyes. About 5'10", pale. You can tell that once upon a time I did gymnastics or something because there's a certain body frame that comes with that. And I look like I'm 25, even though you, Miss Cassie, know for a fact I'm not.
Mhm.
Sorry, not Cassie, Luna.
So there's a lot of resentment among the ladies of your family about Regina.
Mhm.
She got a lot of the true Fae genetics.
Sorry. Oh, but there's all, and I point to you guys. There's coffee, juice, croissants, fruit.
Carl makes a line straight for the croissants.
And Luna's gonna go straight in and try and find Susie and sit down next to her.
She's in the
Susie?
bathroom.
Is this? I feel like, is this the first time that Carl has been in your place?
Probably not.
Okay.
I assume you're normally Luna's ride, or Luna, do you have
Yeah,
your own?
I would assume. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
I
just
would
the
say
guy
that.
that
I
drives
would
Luna.
say.
I just drive Luna around.
Just drive
Well,
me
like I said,
around.
the
That's
biggest
the
thing
whole
about
reason. That's the whole reason I exist in this campaign, is just to get Luna from point A to point B.
it's going to be a
Hey,
very sad episode when that
And
van finally gets destroyed.
you can pay me in croissants,
Gotcha.
rich, buttery, flaky croissants.
So
sounds good.
Okay, so
croissants
you
are a form of
find
currency
me
here.
curled
Mhm.
up, like with my knees up, and I've got my laptop, and I am sitting in the bathtub with a pillow behind me and a blanket over me, and I'm typing away furiously. I don't notice you coming in.
And so like I'll come in and sit down like on I guess like on the toilet,
Mm-hmm.
just be like, well, what's going on?
We have stuff we have to do tonight, honey. We have to do a lot of stuff. I don't know what's going to happen, but something big is happening tonight at the museum.
Okay.
In the last episode, one of the things that they actually got because she got from the Shadow Men is that whatever is coming is manifesting at the museum
Tonight.
tonight.
Which happens to be on what moon?
It's on the new moon. No moon.
Dun dun
Okay.
dun.
I had plans to sit alone in my room, but I guess I could do this instead.
Good idea, because I feel like we're probably going to need you and your, blowing shit up stuff. So, I'm looking at what they got going on at the museum, and then there's this big Ramsey thing that's
Mhm.
coming up really soon. So I
Hmm.
think that's opening tonight. So we got to do that. I think we got to get in there. Probably. That's my best guess.
I saw that movie. It did not go well.
So, what are you, Carl? Other than scarfing down croissants, what are you doing?
So I'm definitely like I'm like eating a croissant. I'm probably looking around. I'm trying to see if Frederick's here.
Frederick, did you show back up in the morning?
Probably have showed back up in the morning. Yes.
All right. So, what
I
would
mean,
you be
I'm in the
doing?
same
So
building anyway. So.
I will like walk up to him and be like, Freddie, have you?
Uh-oh.
Oh no, you froze.
Oh no, he froze right then and there.
It's a nice
It's a-
face too.
It's a nice face though.
They,
It is.
they,
Man.
You
oh,
froze up, Josh.
did I freeze? So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, I was like, Freddie, have you had any of these croissants yet? They are so good, like heavenly. But I mean, I don't have to like tell you.
I
Oh my god.
I don't eat. So
Like as a
there's that.
like as a choice, or like
I mean, I can choose to eat, but why would I? What's the point?
it's because these are really good. These are really good. Hey, so also wanted to run something by you. I've been working on my chucking,
Okay.
and I want to see like if like you think I'm ready for like tonight with like the stuff that's going down. And I'm gonna take out my nunchucks and just start like just flinging them. And I'm not great. Like
Roll, roll.
Okay.
Actually, Josh, go do me a
Oh.
favor and roll kick some ass.
Okay, that's tough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you rolled a 7. So
Okay,
that's a success. So you actually are doing a passable job. You're going through. You've been watching YouTube videos, and you've
Right,
really
yeah.
gotten this down. So you know you're swinging around and like that. But the last pass where you're doing that whole you go to flip over your shoulder and catch it. When you flip your shoulder, you haven't really watching where you've been walking, and you kind of been backing up towards this little table that sits behind the couch that has a giant vase on it with like these lilies that are coming out of it. So when you flip it over your shoulder, you just kind of like smash right through the vase. You still catch it. It still looks badass, but you hear that behind you, and water is spilling down the back of your legs.
Oh shit. Oh shit. 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 And I'm gonna like try to like I'm gonna try to clean it up as best as I can.
Grab paper towels out of the bath of the kitchen.
Shit.
So you brought Carl with you.
Well,
I'm
it takes
sorry,
me a lot longer-
Regina.
takes me a lot longer to get here if I
Take the bus.
don't.
Yeah.
It was actually somewhat impressive, and you did do some damage to the table. So I'll
Right,
give you
right.
that.
Right? Imagine if that vase was like a little like monster.
Yeah. Yeah, a really little one.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah.
So Regina, what are you doing? Are you staying in the bathroom with the ladies, or
Well, I was listening to the ladies, but now I've just heard my vase get shattered. So I'm
you come back out? So Carl is doing his best to try and mop up a horrible mess.
Yeah.
Your beautiful replica 17th century French vase is now a beautiful replica of chips of plaster on the floor.
It wasn't a replica.
Oh shit. So that very expensive vase is very dead.
It was insured. It's okay.
So,
Hey, Regina.
Yeah.
Hey.
Maybe don't do that in the apartment unless there's something scary here.
I will get you a new vase. I know there's like a pottery barn on the other side of town. I will get you a new vase. And I will. It'll be nice.
That was $250,000.
Not that nice.
I
Don't worry about it. Just don't break anything else. Please.
yeah.
There we go.
I'm gonna put my I'm just gonna like
You
sheepishly
Yeah.
put my nunchucks away.
tuck them back into your
Um,
belt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
just
Just keep an eye on Luna and make sure you don't play with those around her.
All right. So back to Luna and Susie in the bathroom. Susie, do you relate to Luna everything that happened?
Yes.
Okay. So, like I said, the Shadow Man manifested and trapped her in the bathroom. It told her that whatever was was coming for this and pinched her. And it said that whatever was manifesting at the museum where there was an ancient ruler who was tied directly to the darkness, and that it was manifesting in his it was going to manifest in his presence. There is there is an exhibit that is happening right now that is basically it's not actual. There's no mummy there. It's an exhibit of Egyptian artifacts, canopic jars from different dynasties, different implements of burial ceremonies and rituals from different dynasties. So it's basically the funerary rites and tools from different dynasties within the Egyptian, the different Egyptian eras of the different pharaohs. So that's going to be debuting. It actually debuts today, but it did say that it was not going to it was going to happen in tomorrow night, not during the day. So. And basically, you know that pretty much the museum shuts down at like 9 o'clock. So.
Okay. Do you have any idea what this thing might be?
I've been trying to piece everything together all night, and I couldn't even sleep. And I mean, it's coming for, I guess. And I show her where it pinched me. I've got like, it looks like
Frostbite.
frostbite. I guess it's coming for our warmth, our bodies, our life. And he called it the darkness, but I mean, it's got to be really dark if the shadow thinks it's dark, you know. And but there's this thing at the museum, and it's there's all the funerary rites and stuff of a bunch of, it's mostly Ramses. And I think that it might have something to do with, some of the books that they had, um, the book of the dead. And so I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that book is there or not, but I feel like we need to go, and we need to go and look and see what's there. And I don't know if we can figure out a way to stay there overnight, but I feel like we probably need to be there.
Oh, by the way, there are multiple copies. Through your research, you know there's multiple copies of the Book of the Dead from different eras and everything like that. The big key thing about the Book of the Dead from Ramses era is the fact that that book is one of the more complete books that has very detailed descriptions of the funerary rites, and it has multiple incantations that were supposed to be utilized in order to transition a soul from the plane of the life to the plane of death, and make sure that they had a safe and unproblematic trip, because apparently one of the big things in the funerary rites is that the transition of the soul from this plane of the living to the plane of the dead is done over the river and Charon, and that river is the river Styx, I should say. No, I can't remember the name of the river that did Styx.
River Styx.
Yeah, and the river Styx is not a softly, swiftly flowing stream. It is a raging torrent. And so these rites are supposed to enact protections that will help the soul transition over, move through one plane to another.
Okay. Give me 1 second, because otherwise my is gonna die. Hold on a second.
Okay. That's okay. No letting the phone die. Right. Kessie ran away. Kessie ran away. So, Frederick, you're a scion, and you are of the Judeo-Christian pantheon, correct? You're an actual angel.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I remember you were still kind of discussing that, so I want to make sure that's where you're going with it.
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
I'm cool with
But
that.
I mean, it made sense whenever we were talking about it last.
Right. So you got yourself, you're in the situation you're in because of, you know, you did not complete your espoused mission. We lost Kessie.
Oh no.
Yeah, she'll be back in a minute. So,
Is
you,
Josh frozen for anyone else or just me?
well, Josh isn't
Am I
frozen.
frozen? I just
There he is.
wasn't. I just wasn't moving.
Yeah, but normally you blink.
He was doing that
Don't
thing
freak
that
us out like that.
he was
No,
doing that
I
thing that I
don't.
do when I'm madly trying to fix something.
Mhm.
He was staring intently. So you basically,
I was actually looking over the playbook things that I've chosen just to cement them up here.
oh, and one thing that I do, and I'll mention this for everyone who's watching, that one thing I do for the players is I provide them with a means to actually come out the gate with more than just the basic starting attributes that are given for a Monster of the Week character. If they create a playlist that represents their character, songs that represent their character and everything like that, or songs that would inspire their character, anyway, a playlist that's connected to their character and describes their character in some way, they get 1 XP. If they complete there's a set of 20 questions that I provide them, and if they answer those 20 questions about their character, that provides them with another XP. And if they either complete a sketch or give me a photo of like a actor, actress, or they get some artwork to represent their character, that's another XP. And finally, if they go through and they write a written history, a written background for their character, that gives them 2 XP. And in Monster of the Week, you only need 5 XP to level up. So that 5 XP will get them up a level, and then they will basically have a new power that they wouldn't have before out of that. Why is that dog crying? What'd you do to the dog? But anyway, so Ketsie's still having problems.
No, I mean, but I just can barely hear you guys for some reason. I'm like, it's not letting me get it through the speaker on my phone.
Did you have it on the speaker or you have it on the headset?
Well, I had it on the headset, but I don't have the headset plugged in anymore. Now I have my charging cord plugged in instead because I was on my
Gotcha.
phone.
One or the other.
And yeah, and so now it's
What's it saying?
it's supposed to be coming through my speaker, but it's not. It's like it's supposed to be like on, like if I were to put my phone on speakerphone.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not doing it. It's still just coming through just like the top of my phone. Like,
The
and
tiny
it's not.
little
I
speakers?
can barely hear you guys.
Oh no.
Let me try. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna have to send you a camera, Kessie.
Huh? Yeah, I know. Sorry.
That's okay. That's
Is there not one on the laptop?
I can try and log on to something else, but that would mean I would have to get off for a minute.
I can see you now.
Yeah, I know, because it was because I was trying to mess with Discord so
Uh-huh.
that I could hear you guys. That's why I had switched over to the Discord app. That's why I wasn't showing up on the camera. I'm having no issues with the camera. I'm only having issues with the audio.
So how are you hearing us now? Are you strictly over Skype?
Yeah, I'm on Skype, and then and I'm still in the thing on Discord. I just can't hear you. I mean, I can hear you, but just barely.
Gotcha. All right. We have to figure this out. All right. So, back to what we were doing before. But anyway, in fact, I was talking to Alex, and he got up and walked away when.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Well, he's got a
Baby.
wife and baby and stuff.
He's got a BB.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and go back to everything else. And then Amber died. Man, to make it worse, Amber died.
No,
right,
Amber
so-
died. We like Amber.
I know. We love Ambers. So we basically, you guys know that this is something is happening and going on, and it's dealing with something going on with the exhibit at the museum. Um, what are you guys going to try and do in order to get the access to that after dark?
I was going to try and use my mental dominion and tell the people hurting us out that it was fine if we stayed there.
So you're going to try and basically dominate every single person who questions your reason for being there?
Yep.
Okay. So what about anyone else have any other plans? I mean, now is the time to try and discuss this because you have time before
I
it
mean,
actually gets dark.
Well, I was gonna say I'm actually gonna grab my laptop and I'm gonna be like still typing on it, but I'm gonna walk out to the kitchen area and grab a croissant and start talking to everybody and be like, okay, so how are we gonna stay in the museum after dark? Because they're gonna close and we gotta be there.
We
Does
could
anybody know the museum?
we could like pull a pizza con
what's a pizza con?
where like I show up and I'm like in uniform and I can have like a bag that like has a it doesn't necessarily have to have like a real pizza in it, but like I could show up and be like someone ordered a pizza, right? And then then the doors open for us and then we can just kind of get in that way and then maybe one of you guys can get me in when they're like no we didn't order a pizza. um
I don't think that's gonna work.
I don't know, it might.
Bless your heart.
Look, I've taken a pizza to the wrong place before, and like people will, they'll sometimes they'll just close the door right away, but sometimes they'll be like, no, I didn't order pizza, and when I'm like, no, it's already paid for. See, then they argue with me for a little while, and I'm there for a while, and that could be like a distraction, and you guys could like I don't know magic in.
So Alex,
Yep.
does Frederick have angel's wings?
Yep.
Well, you at least could get in.
Yeah. That's
Frederick
that's one way in.
can pop in and out of places with somebody.
That's questionable. That's not entirely true.
I've seen you do it.
I don't think you should spread lies like that.
I saw that.
That is not good. It's
I
not
saw that. I saw you do that.
potentially very bad idea.
Okay, but I saw you do that.
But I can't. Yeah, you're right.
And then
It's just what happens whenever something goes wrong.
well, I mean, whatever happens when something goes wrong.
Well, I could accidentally take us up to the roof.
Have you ever teleported anyone else, Frederick?
I feel like I've done it once. I did it.
You teleported Cora.
He did.
I saw it.
Yeah, you did teleport Cora.
Yeah,
That's how you
we've all
saved her
seen it.
life.
You don't know where I went.
You didn't know where you went? So,
Well, does anybody know anybody who works at the museum, Regina?
Oh, you're asking if I know anybody that works in the museum? Not yet. I can go meet somebody that works there now.
Somebody.
What?
Meet somebody.
meet somebody.
You're gonna go hook up with them. Be like, hey, you don't have to.
Well,
have to guard the museum.
what's on display at the museum right now?
Ooh, Regina,
Yes,
you could pay for us to have an after party.
I could.
Are you like one of the types of the wealthy that is like very much into the social aspects of being wealthy, where you are one of the contributors to the museum fund and stuff like that?
Yes.
So
I will totally say I do that.
you donate to the arts.
Yes. Yes,
So
I do.
you want to use your influence to try and
Yes.
All right. So what we're gonna do here is, if you want to try and do that, and you say you
Also,
want to
the
get
zoo, symphony, all those places.
Gotcha. No,
Yeah.
I understand. So what we're going to do is, if you want to try and say that, you're going to have to make me a roll. Give me 1 second. I want to look and see what type of roll you're going to make, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be charm. But I want to make sure. Regina.
Can you hear
Yeah,
us
it's going
now,
to be
Cassie?
charm. And you can choose to roll. Well, no, you're on the phone. So what you're going to do is you're going to basically try and manipulate someone. It's one of the moves on the hunter's moves sheet. So it's going to be 2d6 plus your charm. You're going to try and manipulate someone into basically letting you get a group of people in after hours to see the Ramses exhibit. So I need you to make me a roll of 2d6 plus charm. Give me 1 second. So go ahead and roll. I love the dice. Uh-oh. Whoa.
Fed up.
How did that happen?
What?
Well, you rolled a 4 and you got an 8.
You said 2d6
Did you plus 2 plus 2? Why is it adding an additional plus 2?
because I have bonuses.
Oh,
to that.
did you type add 2 into the roll?
No, I just did
Clicked
2
on charm?
dice because you said 2d6.
No. You on your character sheet,
Uh huh.
you bring up your character sheet,
Yes.
and on your character sheet there is your charm stat, and there's a dice to the left of it, a d20 symbol.
Mm-hmm.
You just click that d20 symbol.
And it says input value.
You just
Yeah,
hit
that's
enter.
if you're holding holding a +1, or like if he's holding a -1
I
over
would
you.
like to.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
So you just hit enter. See, that's
That's
right.
better.
That's right. Okay.
That's much better.
Oh yeah, no, I was just the mechanic was this needs to be.
Cool.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Let's.
So that's a
I like
9.
this. Doing
Gotcha.
things
That's a
over
9.
and over
So
again.
that's a success. So basically, you've talked them into letting you in. Um, the gentleman you're talking to on the phone is a person you've met many times at different banquets and stuff like that, and dinners.
Mhm.
Um, you're basically talk your way into getting you guys a private showing, but he wants to be the one to escort you around. And you know for a fact that he has been trying to get a date with you for quite a while, and so he's basically extorting a date with you out of getting you access to the library after the museum after hours.
Okay, well, how about instead of you escorting me and my friends through, um, maybe just tomorrow night, just you and me in my apartment. I'll make you dinner.
He says
And
that
then,
would be amazing and wonderful. He says, but I still have to. Someone has to be with you. I definitely understand if you want our private time to be more private, but at the same time, security at least is going to have to be escort you through the building. So he says, so we can, I can get. I would figure it would be more personal if I was there. He says, we want to make. I want to make sure that you have access to everything you want to. Security is just going to, give you access to the general exhibits, but I figured you guys would want to actually, have a little hands-on and actually get to see the artifacts up close. I'm assuming we're going for grandeur here and not just going for posturing. We wanted to actually see the artifacts up close.
yeah, okay.
He's like,
You
so
know what?
I
I'd
can
much
get.
rather it just be you showing me around than the security guards.
Well, yeah, because they're not going to let you have as good access to the artifacts as I will.
That sounds good to me.
All right. So we'll close up at 9. If you guys want to be there about 8:30, he says, you'll be part. You can still, or if you can just want to come to the event. I know you have your tickets. You can set. You have a +1 on yours. He says, but we can get you extra +1s and just bring your friends. Just make sure that whoever you bring, it's going to be black tie, as you already know. So make sure that everyone's ready to go with black tie event, and we will see you at the event. Starts at 6.
Okay, that sounds great. Let me get appropriate clothes for my friends because they're not currently in black tie.
Well, you have hours to go. I mean, it's still
Yeah.
early, so I'm sure it's not going to be a problem. But just make sure everyone's black tie, and we'll see you at 6 o'clock.
Okay, that sounds wonderful.
Excellent. All right, see you then. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, me too.
It's like, so you've got everyone. You've got basically as many +1s as you want for this party, but everyone has to be black tie ready, which means, ladies, it's ball gown time. Actually, it's evening wear time.
Okay.
Simple.
Work, right?
So I can just like go get a black tie and I'll be set, right?
Um,
Black tie means tuxedo.
I
Yeah.
have like a black tie from graduation still somewhere.
do you have a tuxedo maybe from prom?
No, I didn't go to prom. I went to after prom.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Um, hmm.
Yeah,
We do
me and Greg
tuxedos,
just
right?
got drunk.
I guess we're going shopping.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I've got like $60.
It's okay. It is okay.
All
Yeah.
right. So
I mean, I
out
could
of
talk to Cricket and see if she'll lend me some money.
out of all the people here, I think I'm almost 100% positive that the only people who may have attended a black tie event are probably Regina and Cora, and that's
Mhm.
about it. Is that probably pretty accurate?
I've actually probably
One
been to a
hundred
few.
percent. Never been.
I've actually probably been to one
You
or
think Susie's
two.
been to them?
Yeah, just not as like she was like, this is not me. But like probably her family forced her to at some point.
That's true. That's true. Arr, arr.
Hey, shut up.
What was he barking at? The cat?
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's what my
Nothing.
dogs bark at.
That's because puppies love to bark at nothing. It's their favorite thing in the world. All right, so
Barking at the darkness.
They're
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually
I don't think Carl's ever been to a black tie event in his life. I think if you were to say, Carl, do you have a cummerbund? He would say, no, I don't eat those tiny sandwiches.
so he
Okay.
so he doesn't know what a cucumber finger sandwich is.
No, he thinks that that's what you call a cucumber sandwich is a cummerbund
All right, so
They have tuxtional places,
because
right?
of
it's
course
got
they do.
cumbers and buns.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
How gauche though, sending him in a rented tux. All right. So, where are you going to take them? Are you going to just take them? The ladies obviously have to go to one shop,
Yeah.
and the men have to get fitted for tuxedos.
Mm-hmm.
Frederick, are your clothes removable, or are they part of you?
would say that they're part of me. Well, not like physically part of me. They kind of were. We're together because they don't get dirty unless something happens.
That's everyone's clothes.
Like
Pretty
I've
much,
been
yeah.
wearing this for a few weeks
Yeah.
and it's still looking good.
Yes, but it is a suit, not a tuxedo.
can you like snap your fingers and it's a tux kind of thing? Because that would be really cool.
Let me
I
check
don't know.
something.
Haven't thought that
That
through.
would be very convenient.
I don't
And
know.
It would.
I think the Divine might
that's
be able to do
one
something like that.
that's one less tux that we need to rent.
Which puts us at 1. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to look up something on the Divine real quick. Here's the Divine.
I'm looking at DoorDash.
I can't hear you.
She's looking at DoorDash.
Food.
Well, there's nothing really saying that you can change your appearance like that.
But is there anything saying he
here
cannot?
it is. There, it's a move called What I Need When I
Try
Need
now.
It. Try what now?
Cassie.
We couldn't hear Cassie.
Aw, I miss Cassie.
We heard
But
you pop in.
yeah, Alex, you'd have to have taken the move What I Need When I Need It. Did you take that?
That's not really clothes.
It's anything.
Yeah.
It is, but that's not like, bam, I'm clothed now.
Oh yeah, it's stuff you've stored there ahead of time.
Yeah.
Y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Hi,
Yes.
Cassie.
Yeah.
It's okay, good. I didn't want to interrupt somebody while they're talking.
No, don't worry about that. Interrupt all you want. Worst comes to worst, we just ignore you and keep talking.
Right?
You're kind of quiet.
Well,
Okay,
she's-
I'll go. I can get a tux, but it's not my armor, so
Nope, it is
I'll
not
be
your
losing
armor.
my armor.
You're missing your armor. All right, so he's going to have to get a tux to get in, though. Unless you just want to wait outside and someone like call you on a cell phone and tell you when to come in.
Isn't someone a
Yeah, he
telepath?
can like teleport in, right?
Yep.
Well, wasn't someone a telepath?
Oh?
Yeah.
Luna is.
Luna is a telepath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or what is
I am.
What is the extent of your telepathy?
It says you can read people's thought and put words in their mind. This can allow you to investigate a mystery and read a bad situation without actually needing to talk. Also manipulate someone without.
So she has to be able to see you to use it for the most part.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like you.
So you have to be. She has to visually be able to see the person to establish the telepathic link.
Do you not have a cell phone?
I mean, no. Did y'all give me a cell phone?
How do y'all?
God didn't give me a cell phone.
God
You
didn't give me a cell phone.
Wow.
Honey,
Oh
you
my
can't
God.
even pretend to be human if you don't have a cell phone.
We can get
Here.
him like a
got-
burner.
I got an extra one in my bag.
An extra one. Yeah, you probably do actually.
Here
Yeah.
you go.
We got like a razor.
Well, thank you.
This one's not connected to anything though, so you can only call in and call out.
So, I can't use it?
There's no internet.
It's
So I can't
strictly
use
it's
it.
strictly a phone.
It's just a phone.
It totally doesn't get the internet.
Okay. It's a flip phone, so I open it
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, you push this button to call me. You push
Okay.
this button to answer if I call you.
Okay.
Here you go.
Well, thanks.
And I close it.
All right. So
But it works.
What?
yes, it works.
But it works.
Yes.
Okay. You put it away.
So
Do you want to put everybody else's number into it as well, Susie? Just in case? Or do you not
Yeah.
want to?
Yeah,
I think so.
I'm definitely gonna give Frederick my phone number.
Oh,
right.
jeez.
So Auntie Regina takes you all shopping. For Frederick Frederick's gonna wait outside and he's not gonna come in. So for Carl, it's basically prom all over again. That you never got to go to anyway. You go down, you get fitted, they set you up. They have to do it quickly because you need it tonight. So it's a rush order. The tailor is constantly complaining because it's just not going to fit right if they don't have time to make adjustments. But eventually he gets you outfitted with one off the rack, and they basically get you set up and you're good to go. It is probably one of the most
What color is it?
It was just black tux.
Oh, okay.
It's for a black tie event, so it's like black tux, white.
I was hoping for like a powder blue.
No,
No
honey,
tails,
we
by the
can't
way.
get in with that.
So you basically get Carl handled first, and then you take the lady shopping. So how comfortable or uncomfortable are you ladies with going out shopping for an evening dress?
Hate
Luna,
shopping.
Luna hates this.
Luna
Absolutely
hates
hates.
it.
She only wears. First of all, she's demanding that the dress must be the color black.
Which is fine
What
because
she
the
wears.
main thing on the rack is LBDs.
But also she doesn't tend to wear dresses, so she's just not into this at all.
Do you want a tux?
No, I'll wear a dress,
Do
but
it.
it's
What is
I mean-
what does Luna actually bother to put any input in, or is she just gonna let something be picked for her?
she'll just let it get picked for her.
All right. What about Susie?
Doesn't even care.
I'm super picky about what goes on my body, and I hate shopping. So I'm in this like anxious and I've got my little rock, and I'm just like, okay, well, I'm not wearing that.
Cool. Hey Susie, take this.
What?
Take this.
What's
it's
that?
a little pill.
Just put it in your mouth.
Okay.
Swallow.
Oh.
Swallow it.
It's still
There you
gonna take
go.
like 25, 30 minutes for it to take effect. Hang on one second, I got that dog out. So
Yeah.
what was the pill?
Valium.
Valium? How many
Oh,
milligrams?
Yikes.
Oh, she's gonna be feeling real good in a minute.
About 20. So after you watch Luna go through the entire horrendous process of picking a dress, about
that's
10 minutes into
horrible.
her picking a dress, you're suddenly feeling a lot more relaxed. And you recognize this because you spent quite a bit of time in the hospitals, being given similar.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah. So after about 30 minutes, you are feeling very, very relaxed.
Yeah, the pill I would give Luna would be an edible, but that's a different kind.
So, but yeah, after about 25 minutes, you feel very relaxed. You still kind of like, you don't want to wear a dress. You don't want to be here. You don't want to have to go
And
through this stuff.
dresses, I'm just really picky about the fabrics and stuff that go on me, and I don't really like being part of the consumerism stuff. I just buy used stuff and throw it on, and it's fine. So,
You
yeah,
you are able to put the not clues, but the logical steps together that this is the really only way you're going to get into the museum after dark.
yes, and I'm doing it. I just am not super happy about it, but
Nice.
one of the dresses that Luna tries on, I'll be like, that one.
One of the
We'll just see
dresses
that
Luna
one.
tries on that one.
Yeah, so I don't have to try dresses on.
I'm more than happy to just give it to her. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
And then I'm like, does this look good?
Looks fabulous on you.
Okay, I know if people are lying. Is she lying?
No.
Well, that's a good question. What does Susie look like dressed up?
Did you
Susie
not see
has
the
this
picture of her?
really curly, wild hair,
Mhm.
and it's kind of a reddish brown. And then she's got very tan skin, dark skin. You can't quite tell what ethnicity she is, and she is
Mhm.
very curvy.
Mm-hmm.
So if she is dressed up, she's gonna dress up really clean. Like you're not even gonna recognize her, except
Gotcha.
for the wild hair that she cannot tame, no matter what she does.
But the lady who's presenting the clothing to you, she knows what she's doing. She is presenting different items. Like the first ones are designed to accentuate Luna, and when
Mhm.
you pick it, she's like, "Okay, that's not really a good choice for you, but we can make it work." And so she like goes and picks up a matching shawl for it the drape basically, and she's like, gets a purse and everything like that, and then she sends you over to a makeup counter. Um, do you allow them to make up you?
Yeah, I wear makeup,
Okay, good.
so I don't mind makeup.
Gotcha. So,
Makeup you?
well,
That's
I
cute.
didn't. Yeah. Well, no, that's I know I was being cute, but no. So the basics, she basically they. How long has it been since Susie's had something like this and been pampered like this?
Oh, probably a good 10 years.
How does it make her feel?
Out of her element, but I think it's more of a stressed out remembering what it feels like sort of thing, but it doesn't feel bad. Does that make
Gotcha.
sense?
Yeah, because the salespeople are being very attentive, and they obviously want you to feel good about what they're doing for you, like feel good about how they're trying to make you have you presented to the world outside. But at the same time, they can easily tell you're uncomfortable, and they are because this is a boutique and not a like not like Neiman Marcus or something like that. It's a boutique. These people are very attentive to their clients, so they are doing their best to make you feel better, and it's a much better experience than you thought you were going to get,
Okay.
because it's nice that they're being so considerate of you being uncomfortable. Luna, the same thing is happening with you. I mean, the salesperson quickly catches on that you have absolutely no desire to be here doing this, but they also do a very good job of letting you know, hey, this is going to be a nice, simple piece to wear. It's going to hang on you perfectly. She says, and we don't need to accent it with much. It's going to be understated, but it's going to be refined, and you're going to look amazing. You just have to trust me. I'm here for you. I'm sorry.
We never went over what Luna looks like.
Yes. So give me a description of what Luna looks like.
I mean, she's kind of like just like average height. She's like 5'5" or so. But she's real slender, but she has short, dark purple hair
Mm-hmm.
with like bangs
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of piercings.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot.
And that does not set the shopkeepers and the people who are attending you. They're not shocked or put off by this at all. When
Okay, good.
all
Good
the
thing.
piercings you have, are they all of one metal type? Are they all silver?
Yeah, they'd
Okay.
probably all be like silver color.
Yeah. She says, because this is an evening affair, she's like, and you already have all the beautiful ornamentation, you are not going to need to be putting on anything else. She says, the dress is going to be understated because you already have enough overstatement. The dress is just going to accentuate what you're already bringing.
Okay, guess
It,
so.
don't worry, it's going to be
I
fine.
walk over and put a little stone in Luna's hand to help like center her and ground her. And I just like wrap her hand around it and just kind of like it's okay, you know.
Susie is a huge believer in the power of crystals, and she has a ginormous collection.
I love it. I love it. He takes
So,
it.
but
So is
both.
this happening? Is this happening like while, like
You're being fitted?
the boys
Yes.
while the boys are being fitted?
Yes.
Okay, so it's
Actually,
not
no,
like
it
this
couldn't.
is.
You guys got fitted first.
Oh,
because
okay.
because even though you got fitted, they still have to tailor the tux, like, so they have to take it to the back and make changes, and then you have to go back and put it back on. So while
Okay.
you got fitted and measured, and they went to do the modifications to the tux, you guys went over then to the dress boutique, and that's where it's happening now. So when they get you the actual dresses, Susie and Luna, when you look in the mirror, you don't recognize yourselves. Susie, they have chosen a dress that basically accentuates your natural curves without being too lavish about it. It's designed to enhance what you're already presenting. It doesn't it makes you feel uncomfortable for a little bit, but it's also it's you've been to events like this before, so it's something that you have not seen yourself in a long time, and so it's both a confidence booster, and then there's still that little bit of insecurity about, but it's not what I'm comfortable in.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you look fucking good. Even even in your own your judgmental eyes, you look good.
So
And
so Carl, if I can see them like at the finished product,
mhm.
like Carl would just be gassing them up, like just like and like obnoxiously so, where I just be like, woo, ooh, mm, ladies, hell yes.
And Luna, everything they said is basically what they deliver. Your makeup is subdued. Your dress is a, a perfect fit for you, but is very flattering. But with your purple hair and all the silver jewelry, you're your own accent, and you really don't recognize yourself when you look in the mirror.
And what time is it?
And it is now about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's time to go pick up the boys' tuxes.
Regina,
Okay.
what is Regina wearing?
Huh? Regina probably has something in the closet.
Yeah.
Or she could have gone shopping as well. But
Girl
the problem with
things.
Regina is whatever she puts on is fucking amazing.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Regina goes through a number. Oh, what would you choose to wear to an event like this, especially knowing that there is a gentleman there who is trying
Ugh.
to get your attention?
Trying to get at you.
It's that guy. That guy that I'm totally gonna mind wipe when I see him. Because just ew.
So, but yeah, what
Yeah,
would Regina wear?
ever. Something eye catching.
So you're gonna dress up.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna bling.
Okay, Carl. When Regina comes out with her dress on, it is hard to concentrate. Period.
Luna, you need
Yeah,
to take care of your
Frederick,
boy.
so
Luna, and
I
Susie,
like
it's equally distracting. Even if you don't swing that way, she is
Yeah.
just like stunning.
so I'm gonna like as she comes out all dressed up, I'm gonna say I'm Vase sorry again for Vase.
Frederick,
It's
Wow.
you
okay.
don't necessarily have that type of desire,
Take
but
care of Luna.
she is
Oh yeah, totally.
physical perfection and representation of the human form.
But she's
Totally.
still a monster.
How do you do
When
this every
God
time?
created the being, this is what he exemplified it to be. So
How
it's
do
almost
you
like
do
a
this
religious experience.
every time? It's every time. You
It's
always
genetics.
right.
It
Right.
is.
Yeah, no that
Totally
yeah.
genetics.
No that tracks. Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Total genetics.
you guys go out, get the boys' tuxes. They're fitted out for those. You get dressed
So
and
it got fitted and it actually fit. I'm not like
no,
like in a
it's
tux
a
that's
it's a
too
high
small.
end tuxedo rental store. In fact, they mainly do sales, but they do rentals as well. So there is actually an actual seamstress or seamster there who actually makes the adjustments on site, and it's fitted. They did the full measurement workup, so it's a fitted perfectly. So you actually come out and you're wearing for the first time. You understand when you look in the mirror. You understand what it means to be able to afford this type of luxury because you look fucking smashing.
So I come out. So also, Carl looks like Adam Driver if he never got cast as Kylo Ren and got buff. Just like
Okay.
just like 6'2", like tall, like
Beanpole.
thick, thin, lanky,
Mm-hmm.
like big old Adam's apple, messy hair. Like I don't know if anyone saw him in Girls when he was on Girls. Um, like pretty much that's what Carl looks like. But I come out like I see myself like dressed up, and I come out of the fitting room, and as I come out, I'm going like, bow now 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 bow now now now. Check it out, check it out. Look at this. I look like James Bond. Yo.
Yes, you do.
And
Bless your
Frederick,
heart.
you look equally stunning because
Hey,
you're basically you're you're not as unnaturally attractive as Regina is, but you're basically
I
a
didn't get changed.
creation. You know what I mean? Huh?
Yeah, I didn't get changed.
Oh
If
yeah, I'm
that,
sorry. I forgot you didn't have to.
yeah, but I
So.
still look good.
He's like, I always look good. So you guys start making
So
your way
humble.
to the museum. The exhibits, everything's supposed to open at 6. Are you gonna get there at 6, or are you gonna get there a little later?
Oh, please. Fashionably late,
All
always.
right. So you
So
basically get there. Mhm.
I do have a question about this tux.
Sure.
Mhm.
Is there a place for me to comfortably conceal my nunchucks?
Actually, there
Cause,
is.
cause look, there we're like Carl knows we're going in, and there might be some monsters or something weird, and like
And that
nunchucks.
is a good question that you present. All of you have gear on your sheet. All that gear is basically some of it's like some of you have pistols. I know some of you have a hand cannon. Like one of you has like a 45. So, what are you going to do with your gear? Are you going to Frumpkin? Are you going to take it with you? Are you going to leave it behind?
I have a spine sheath that goes down the back of my dress.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give I'm gonna try to keep the nunchucks on me, but we know that Frederick's gonna TP in later. So before we go in, I'm gonna
Mhm.
give him a cricket bat that I have that's like it's sturdy. It's
Cricket.
seen some
I was going to say
it's
cricket bats
seen some
are.
action. Yeah, it's sturdy. It's seen some action, so it's got a little bit of wear and tear on it. But the most notable feature of it is that carved along the flat side of it
Mhm.
is the name that I have given it, Street Justice.
Street justice.
So
Yes, brilliant.
I hand Frederick Street Justice,
Okay.
and I say, look, I really hope I'm not gonna need to use this later, but like I can't fit it in this suit, and I don't think that they're gonna be super chill with me walking into a museum with a bunch of stuff that's like even older than that vase I broke earlier today with a cricket bat.
Yeah,
So if you like hang on to it, that'd be
I
dope.
I understand.
I'm gonna give him my 9mm too.
All right.
Goodness.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have a 9mm also, so I was thinking I
I
would
was
give
about to
him my
ask the
gun,
both
but
of you about that. So now you've got a
yeah,
pile of weapons.
Hell yeah.
and but I do also have a hunting knife, so I would probably find because I'm assuming that the dress that I would get because it's black tie, so that it would be like long and formal.
Mhm.
So
Garter
I would
belt.
probably find a garter belt for my hunting knife.
Gotcha.
A
Susie, you
joke.
also have those throwing knives.
You would want to keep that on her.
I have throwing knives. I stick them in the bottom of my bra.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So, after making all the adjustments and stashing stuff away, and giving good old Frederick the majority of your heavy weapons to pop in with, you guys start heading to the
Oh
museum.
wait! I give him my backpack with my laptop in it too.
So, Frederick, you're now a pack mule. All right, so you guys start heading into the museum. You guys make your way in, and you look at the line forming up on the queue. There's not a big line right now because you're getting there at about 7:30 ish. But there is like a lot of people coming in and out. You walk up and you present your ticket, Regina, which
Mm-hmm.
basically has +1 question mark. And the guy kind of looks over everyone and he kind of nods and he's like, "Yes, ma'am. I understand. You, all these people are with you."
Yes.
He's like, "Very well." Um, she says, "Everything is available. The bar is open. Please
Wonderful.
enjoy yourself. And I understand that you are going to, Mr.
Yeah.
Hansen is going to be showing you around later." He says,
Yes.
"So you don't have to worry when we begin escorting everyone out for the evening."
Thank you.
It's like, very well. She's like, "Enjoy your time. Have a good evening."
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And you guys walk in. The museum is designed to look like a very um, it's patterned off of a very old style 1940s building, but it's much newer than that. It is all granite facade with huge glass windows. It's got two sets of double doors that lead into the main entryway. The main entryway is a giant lofty three-story event that is open air, and it has a huge skylight above it. On the museum floor, there are a number of exhibits on the open airway breezeway underneath the skylight, and all these are like different stations that have a little pedestal which has a little written description of what's in them, and then the actual objects are in a giant glass case that's stationed right in between, and it's behind little velvet ropes. So, and there's four of these in the main lobby area. Each one is about 10-15 feet across, with different exhibits on different four sides of the square glass case they're in. Um, and there is two different doorways, or not doorways but archways that go off the right and left side at the back of the room, and those go further back into the museum where there are more exhibits based around the same exhibit, the same items that are being exhibited, the same Egyptian style items. There is at the back of the building, where the main wing of the main other wings of the museum are, there are more of the traditional exhibits that are year round, such as the traditional exhibit of dinosaurs, the evolutionary exhibits that show the procession of from prehistoric dinosaurs up to modern man, that type of situation. There's exhibits of local natural history, um, the Indians who were indigenous to this area prior to the settlers moving in, and a lot of stuff around the ocean and the history of the local peoples and the relationship to the ocean. And then there's another room back in the back that has the history of the local area from the point of view of the settlers who came in and started up the fishing industry. Um, Most of you who lived here came here and did the whole kids tours of the museum. You've seen all this before, and so you basically have a good idea of what this is uh, going to look like, except for the fact that the main lobby is always where the newest exhibit comes through. There is a lot of passing transitory exhibits that happen a lot, so it's basically everything you think of for an exhibit of this type is basically what it is comprised of. Um, and it's got all the usual pomp and circumstance. There's a two huge sarcophagi at the back. They're roped off. They're in a glass case that's obviously hermetically sealed, and they're basically on display. And there's the largest group of people is back there. And so, but everything else is open up, and there's people wandering, walking through. There is a bar set up on the left-hand side of the front doors, and on the right-hand side of the doors, there's a full buffet table with little plates with the usual little sausages and everything like that, and all the hors d'oeuvres you could want. But
Hors d'oeuvres.
I know. Uh, so what are you guys gonna do first? You still got hour. You
Um,
still got like an hour and a half before anything is happening.
uh, Carl is definitely gonna go check out the dinosaur exhibit.
Gonna go shoot straight back and leave everyone and go back to the back in the back of the museum.
Well, before he goes off,
Mhm.
He's gonna go up to Susie and he's gonna be like, hey, so like what time supposed to like pop off in here? Like later or like soon? Like, do I have time to like go peep a T-Rex?
No, you have time to do whatever you need to do, honey. It's not going to be till later.
Sick. Sick. Okay, cool.
I thought they said. I
Okay.
thought you said midnight.
If anything goes crazy, just like give me like a signal, give me like a call or something.
Sure.
Caw.
And I'm
Caw,
gonna
caw.
and I'm gonna like give a like I'm gonna give a quick salute and like a wink and then just take off. I'm gonna take off towards the dinosaurs.
Gotcha. As you move farther away from the exhibit of the actual Egyptian funerary exhibit that's out, you notice quickly that there's not many people back here in the back areas. They're mainly all out front. Because it is an opening and it is a new exhibit, so you when you get back to the wing where it has all the
So
natural
I got
history
all
stuff.
the dinosaurs to
Yes,
myself.
yes, the dinosaurs are all yours.
Carl is in heaven.
All right,
Carl is in heaven. He's making dinosaur noises.
Kiss me while I deal with the dog.
You gotta deal with the dogs. All right. So actually, yeah, we'll continue. So as you move through the back, Carl, you're the only person back in the back. What are the rest of you doing? Luna.
Luna is just gonna be sticking close to Susie because she's the one who has the most knowledge about this. She's not excited about being here.
Mm-hmm.
The because I'm assuming it's like a big event, right? So there's gonna be like a lot of people.
There's
and
a
stuff.
lot of people.
Yeah, she's not real cool with that. So she's just kind of sticking right next to, assuming Susie and Regina both probably.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's just kind of sticking close to them and just kind of being like.
Yeah. Well, sticking close to Regina is kind of a pain because she draws a
Oh
crowd
yeah, no.
wherever she goes.
That's true. Okay, so not really her, so more to Susie. I'm gonna stick right next to Susie. And she's gonna look like absolutely miserable too. She's just gonna be like
the two ladies who don't like to get looked at.
I could have been alone.
Frederick, where are you gonna wait for them? Are you just gonna like stand outside the museum?
I actually wanted to ask if I could fly up to the roof and look around for maybe a skylight.
There is a huge skylight that looks down on the entire. Like I said, there's a 3-story open lobby, and the skylight is directly above that and takes up like 3/4 of the roof above that open lobby. And when I say open lobby, I mean it's 50 feet by 50 feet.
Okay.
So the skylight's like 25 feet or 35 feet by 35 feet.
Yeah, I kind of if it looks sturdy enough, I might like walk around on it up there.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Then otherwise, I'll just like kind of pace around it and
Keep an eye on what's going on.
keep an eye out. I have
All
both of the pistols holstered on my belt. Got my sword.
Sword out?
No.
Because when you draw your sword, it's like.
Yeah. So I wanted to maybe have it to where we were kind of asking about it last time, but when I draw my sword, can it be like the suit changes into the armor?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
That idea better now.
No, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. That can manifest completely.
I got a question for Susie. That burner phone that you gave to Frederick, it's only a phone, but can it receive like texts and pictures?
No.
Shit.
We can just go to mine.
It is literally a phone.
Yep. It's designed to only to do phone calls.
So I would say that Carl would like position his head in, like, if it's possible, position his head inside of like a dinosaur's mouth and take a picture of it on his phone and try to send it to he would try to send it to Frederick. With like the caption on it, like I found the monster. Lol, JK.
So you stick your head
But
inside
it
the dinosaur.
wouldn't. But it wouldn't send, and I have no way of knowing that until later on.
Gotcha. So you stick your head
I
inside
love
the.
it because like later when he shows up, you're gonna be like, "Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it?"
Wait,
Like,
did you get that picture?
As you're doing that, you hear a voice that says, "So that would have been funny even if it had been alive."
Yeah, no. I was just. I wasn't. I just. I. Sorry.
You turn
Sorry.
around.
Yeah.
There's a gentleman standing there. He has a short ball, a low ball glass in his hand with ice and what some kind of brown liquid. And he's kind of standing there, and he says, "So have you been to many of these?"
Yeah, I've been to this. I've been to this museum a few times.
Oh no, I meant these events. They're a bit dreary. I'm glad to see someone still has a sense of humor about the whole pomp and circumstance.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, yeah. I'm not really much of like a black tie soiree kind of a guy, but this seemed pretty neat, and it's a party, right? They got those like little hors d'oeuvres and stuff,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
caviar.
He's like, and live it up while you can, right?
Right, right. I mean,
He
all
puts
the
out his
time.
hand.
That's like my motto, man.
He puts out his hand. He's like, Joshua Kensington.
Carl Winslow.
It's like, Mr. Winslow. Good to meet you. I haven't seen you at any of these type of functions before. I figured I'd just introduce myself to a new face, being an old hand. I saw you came in with Regina.
Oh yeah. Regina. I'm a friend of her niece's.
Luna. Yes, I've heard of her.
Yeah. She asked me if I wanted to come, and uh definitely always down to like see dinosaurs and stuff, and cool like mummy stuff too.
Absolutely. And how's Susie? She feeling better?
Um
oh.
uh yeah. Had have we met? Do we know each other?
Not directly. We're friends of a friend's, you might say.
Can I try to read a bad situation on
Sure
this? Because
can.
this guy's giving me some definite vibes.
Okay, go for it. Hang on one
That's
second.
sharp, right?
Yeah, 2d6 plus sharp
Yeah.
is read a bad situation. Oops. 9, not bad.
9.
Yeah. So you get to ask me. You see? Do you have the sheet up for read a bad situation, or for the hero's moves?
Not right in front of
That's
me.
okay. Let me grab mine. I should have had it out. I'm sorry.
Um,
Ah,
yeah.
hero.
Crap. I have so many things up. I'm
Don't
looking
worry.
for
Don't
it
worry. I'm
again.
finding it.
Yeah, let's see here. I've got the Dropbox here. I just need to find the
Figured y'all would be faster. I've
first.
got it.
Here we go.
Go Amber.
Here we go.
What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims?
Okay,
So you get to
so
ask one of those.
are there any dangers we haven't noticed? Like this guy just came up and like name dropped not only Luna, like Regina, I get. She's a socialite. She's hot.
Except for the
Everybody knows
security,
her.
except for the security at the door, there is no security.
Hmm. So it's just like a couple of dudes at the door.
One dude at the
One
door.
dude at the door.
There's no other security walking around.
That's probably not super regular.
I
Nope.
thought they
Say that again, Alex.
nothing.
Okay.
Uh,
Way to
But-
get us all hopeful, Alex, and then to say nothing.
I know.
Huh?
I thought they took all the security out and it was just gonna be the one guy.
No. That's for
No, that's
later,
later.
when you have the private showing. And there was still supposed to be security there. He was just going to escort you so security didn't have to, and that way you could get closer access to the artifacts.
Okay.
So go ahead. What were you saying, Josh, Carl?
Yeah, I'd say, like, I would say, yeah, she's definitely doing better.
Good. Excellent.
I'd say she's doing even better than she was like way before. You know, like she's like 110%, definitely.
Excellent. Didn't want her to become overtaxed. I know that sometimes when she gets too emotional, she can't see things, and I really need her to be on top of her game right now.
Do you want me to
need-
like go get her? Like you like go you can
No,
talk to
I just
her.
wanted to talk to one of you, and you made an excellent choice of making yourself isolated.
Yeah,
This is why we don't split the party. Just saying.
I mean,
Split the party.
I mean, you know, like I'm not like helpless or anything.
Absolutely not. You know, that vase had it coming. Do you know what
Yeah,
something really
yeah.
interesting is,
Uh,
Carl? Do you know what you can never ever escape? Everywhere you go, there'll always be one.
the hedge maze at the fair.
No. But it's there
I got
too.
lost in there for hours one
The one
time.
thing you can never escape, Carl, is shadow. And when he says that, his eyes go completely black.
I'm gonna like I'm gonna kind of like look and see how far away everyone else is.
There's no one back here. The doors are about 20 feet away. You know how this is a huge, long exhibit hall. It's meant to hold dinosaurs. So the doors are about 20 feet away. The T-Rex is the first thing when you come into the room. And he's all like, the skeleton's all
Right.
on a low crouch, and you put your head in his mouth and took the picture. And he must have come in the door right behind you.
So you can do that. You can do that stuff that like Luna does. Is
Oh,
that
no. I need more. And I need less of this. And he gestures up at the lights. He says, but Luna has her own abilities. I need all of you to be at the top of your game for what comes next. I didn't get to speak to Susie very long. I was hoping that because of our previous relationship, she would be more receptive to what I had to say. But unfortunately, I underestimated the trauma that had been done to her by my predecessors.
so? I'm not gonna lie to you, Josh. You are just giving me the real heebie-jeebies right now.
Yeah, it comes with the territory. I'm not natural
And
to
if
you.
it's all the same to you, um, I think I feel my phone going off in my pocket here. I probably should take this call. It might be work
Might be
or
important, yes. But
something.
before you take that call, just let me say this. When things begin to happen, the vulnerabilities that this thing has are just like mine. And if it gets what I have now, it will have the resistances that I currently have to those vulnerabilities, because it will be in something that protects it. No matter what that thing is, you all have to be willing to end it, because that's the only way you'll be able to slow this thing down.
Could you like write those down? Or
It's like, just be sure that you do not hesitate. Just let them know that.
I mean, if you saw what happened with the vase, I don't hesitate.
He actually kind of like his head comes back a little bit, and he's like, I guess I didn't think about that. Just let them know. It is going to happen soon. And when it happens,
word. Yeah.
don't hesitate to react. And don't hold back, because this thing will
Sure.
not.
Yeah. This is man, that I was having a great time with these dinosaurs, man, and now you're just like bringing the whole vibe down. I'm gonna go.
No, yes, go ahead. Tell the others. Warn them. He's like, and he says, and Carl,
Yeah.
don't worry about this guy. And the blackness goes out of his eyes, and the body just falls to the floor.
I sprint back towards the rest of the party.
Okay.
And I like run up. I run up like as nonchalantly as I possibly can run up, while still also running. And I'm gonna like run up.
The sarcophagus.
I'm gonna run up. So it's Luna and Susie are like side by side, right?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna run up to both of them and just like, hey, hey, can I talk to you guys like real quick? Like, bro, it's pretty pressing. Pretty pressing.
Are you gonna show us the dinosaur?
Like what?
No.
Like, what is wrong with you right now?
So, and I'm gonna look around. Are there like a bunch of people around that would hear us?
There's a bunch of people around, but they're all involved in their own conversations. If you kind of get your heads together, you can definitely have a private conversation.
Okay. Listen. So
Dryer.
like, I was in the dinosaur room, right?
Yeah. Yes, we know.
I was checking out.
Yeah, we know.
I was checking out like the king of the lizards, man. It was actually pretty
of
dope.
course.
Took a funny picture. Tried to send it to Freddie. It didn't work. We can talk more about that later, though. That's not the issue. Some dude came up to me, and he was like, "Oh, hey, I know your names, and I know Susie's name. He dropped your name,
What?
and he also dropped Luna's name, and he dropped, well, everybody knows Regina, so like whatever. But like he also said Regina's name. He didn't mention Freddie, which is kind of weird. But like, it's neither here nor there. But he knew I broke her vase,
Okay, hold on.
and he was like talking about shadows and stuff, and his eyes went black, and he fucking disappeared into thin air, and he told me like whatever's coming has his like weaknesses and his resistances. And I asked him to write him down, so maybe that I thought he was trying to help us, but then he was a dick and he didn't tell me. He didn't give me shit. He just told me not to hesitate, and like I'm kind of freaking out here now because he just like disappeared, and he knew that I broke the vase. How
Okay,
could he
all
know
he
that I
said?
broke the vase?
What else did he say?
So yeah, he said that he
Yeah.
he asked how you were feeling, and
Here, hold
then
this stone. It
Frederick.
helps you concentrate.
Frederick, from your
Yeah.
position on top of the building, you can see like a good ways all the buildings around you.
I can see all of them together.
Huh? Oh, you can see down into it, but yeah, but around you, outside the building, on the other buildings around
Okay.
you, there's like a high-rise office space right beside the museum,
Mhm.
and it's some of the lights on it are lit up and everything like that, and there's street lights down the corner and everything like that, and you can see a little bit further down the block. You see that the street lamps and everything down the block, they don't just wink out. They fade to darkness. And then this even the traffic lights fade to darkness, and it
What
progresses
direction?
quickly down the street towards the building. What were we saying?
Yeah, I was going to ask what direction.
It's coming down the street, like it's up the street, like it's about a block up, but it's quickly, like very quickly moving down the street towards the museum.
Okay.
Are you doing anything at all?
Looking inside, what do I see?
Everyone's milling about, chatting. You see them in a little group together. Regina, a man's walking up to Regina, and she gets a big animated smile on her face, and she reaches out and shakes his hand. At that moment, Regina, Mr. Walters comes up, and he's like, Regina, it is very good to see you here. I'm so glad you guys made it. He's like, is everything okay? Can I get you another drink?
Yeah, that would be lovely, actually. And I am doing wonderful. I love this exhibit. It's beautiful.
He says,
What the?
excellent. He's like, I know, and we will be sure to make sure that you get all access to it that you would want tonight. You and your guests will be granted a full hour with the exhibit in order to, better acquaint yourself with all the pieces. And if you want to take pictures, we have made arrangements for it. We have some special conditions for it just because of the lighting and everything like that. But we're more than happy to accommodate, especially for a guest as yourself. And just as he says that, and just as you guys having the same time that Carl ran up to the girls, just as he says that, it's like a wave of water, but it's darkness, and it washes into the building. And as it washes into the building, it kind of just flows over everyone, and people are startled. There's yelps of fear, and you see like some people are holding their cameras in their hands, and as the darkness rolls over them, even the lights on the camera goes out. And the only thing that isn't extinguished is the moonlight that's coming in from above. So everything in the room goes completely dark. People shout, scream in fear. There's lots of startles. There's some nervous giggles. And the gentleman who's Mr. Walters, the guy who's standing with you, Regina, he goes, everyone be calm. It's probably just a circuit breaker or something happened in the power grid. You know how it is. He says, and when you're trying to have an event, it never fails. Something goes wrong. I'm sure we'll have everything back on in just a moment. He's like, and he looks at Regina. He's like, I'm sorry. I'll be right back. He's like,
of course.
He just starts walking off, and
As
he starts,
off,
huh?
As he
Is he
walks off, I
lying?
want to appear with everyone.
Okay. Is he what?
Is he lying?
He is definitely concerned. He is lying to himself more than anyone else. He has
Okay.
no idea what's going on.
Okay.
So you pop in, Alex or Frederick.
Yeah, I'm next to everyone,
Right.
and I have.
Yeah. You can put yourself between them. They were a little bit separated because Regina
Everything
was.
is dark, right?
Yes.
I have like holsters and shit. I'm just like
You
holding
can barely.
everything,
You can see
holding it
people's
out.
silhouettes more than anything else, so no one will really be able to tell that you're carrying all that stuff,
Right.
unless they got right up on you. So.
Oh, okay. So they don't. I'm gonna walk up to everyone and kind of give them their shit and explain that I saw the darkness coming from down the street and was turning off all the lights.
So as you start walking,
Shit, this is what he was talking about.
I don't
This is
know
what
if
he was
all of
talking
you are
about.
well,
still bunched up together.
as you walk up to them, you start handing Susie, Carl, and Luna their stuff. Regina, like I said, was separated a little bit away.
Okay.
All right. So Regina, and you don't make any noise or anything like that when you pour it in. You kind of just go. There's a little pop noise, but that's just from the air displacement. So you come in, Regina. What are you doing?
The fuck. I'm kind of doing that, like, fuck. I'm actually more worried about Luna than anything else. Do I know that she's telepathic, Luna?
You're the one trying to help her learn how to use powers. So you and Susie.
Yeah. So I'm sending out to you, Luna. Are you
You don't
okay?
have
Can you hear
telepathy.
me? No, but she does.
But
And
she's
if I
not
know she
always
does-
on. She has to concentrate to activate it. She has to use it.
I hope she's on. I sincerely hope she's on.
And plus, remember, she has to be able to see you, and everything just went dark.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that happens.
So, I was asking, are you standing right where you were, or what? Are you trying to find the others?
Yes,
You know, you can call out. It is allowed.
true.
Yeah,
Luna, you okay?
You hear Regina's voice from a little off to your
Over
right.
here,
Start making your way
and
over.
I'll call back to her. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be like, we're right here.
So Frederick hands you your 9mm, and you're kind of like holding it in your hand, going, looking around. So what are the rest of you doing?
So I'm gonna take street justice from him.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just gonna kind of hold it down at my side so that way, so we can kind of see silhouettes. I don't want somebody to see that I'm like holding a fucking cricket bat.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna kind of hold it down at my side. And I'm gonna say, did anybody see like where the like fire alarm is or anything? Like we could pull it and get everybody like out of here because like it's popping off. Like it's happening. This is what he was talking about.
We're here to stop it.
Right. And there are like a bunch of people that are gonna be like eaten by monsters or whatever.
You hear that gentleman who was speaking up earlier? He's way at the back of the building, of the room, on the far end of the room, and one of the two corridors that goes back into the rest of the exhibits. And you hear his voice going. He says he calls out and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I think we found the problem. Just give us a few more moments. I'm sure we're going to have the lights on." He's like, "In the meantime, I'm going to have some people coming around with flashlights, and we're going to try and light things up a little bit, and hopefully we'll be getting on with everything." He says, "I'm sorry again for this, and we'll be with you in just a moment, just one moment." And then you hear a voice say, and it like reaches out to the entire room. It's a low bass voice, and it says, "Be aware, the time of flesh has begun. Supplicants, present thyselves." And you hear the shattering of glass.
Great.
And we're gonna wrap it up for the night.
Ah!
All right, so we're going to take this up next Friday, if everyone is okay with it. Thank everyone who showed up and watched. I know that this stream was very difficult, and I apologize. We're going to try and figure out, and if everyone can stay on for a little bit, I want to see if we can try and figure out something to do with this, with the sound and video real fast, just to try and do some tests. But everyone else, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for supporting Dinner and a Game. We are going to be continuing this show on Fridays. Our regular show is going to be on Tuesdays for the Eberron game. That's okay. For the Eberron game, which is D&D 5e. And we have this show going on Friday nights, and we're still looking at trying to put out more content. We're looking to see what we can do. If anyone has any suggestions, you can go to our Facebook page, Dinner and a Game, or you can go to our website and drop us a contact information. If you have any suggestions, anything you want to do. And we are going to be doing a geek and gaming talk show called Dinner Conversations. We're looking at developing that out. We've already got a topic for the first show. We just want to see who all we're going to have on it and what day we're going to schedule it for. So we will talk to you guys about that later. And again, thank you everyone for coming. And remember, if you go to the Dinner and a Game page right now, we are doing a giveaway to try and get us to 6,000 subs. And on that giveaway, we are giving away one copy of the collector's edition D&D Core Rules box set, along with, and that's going to go to one lucky winner, and two other winners are going to receive the base Core Rules box set in the sleeve. Oh, this one got ripped. Oh, sleeve.
Cat.
Yeah, probably.
Sorry.
And those are going to go out. We're going to do one drawing for each one of the core box sets, and then one drawing for the collector's edition box set. That's all going to happen when we hit 6,000 subs on Facebook. And then we're going to be doing more contests going forward as we try and develop our Twitch following and our Twitter following. So we're going to have more contests going forward in the future. We're also getting ready to launch our Patreon in August, and we're going to have swag going in, and we're going to be building out our store, both for dinner and a game merchandise and for stuff like dice vaults, dice towers, rolling trays, all either with our logos or other artwork on them. And we're going to be developing all that out in the next couple of months. So we're going to be ramping things up here, and we hope you guys come along with us for the ride. But we thank you once again very much for coming and enjoying the program, we hope, and we hope to see you next week. So, guys, thank you and good night.
Bye.